And for Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
And good evening from Creston, Iowa, as the Atlantic Trojans and the Creston Panthers match up here this evening in a girl-boy doubleheader in Hawkeye 10 conference play. Only one time when two teams meet twice does it count as a conference game, and this one does count as a conference basketball game here tonight. Our broadcast brought to you by First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need, First Whitney Bank. Body Basic, call 254-BODY to get your body back to basics. And the Seed Pros, so buy your sign to maximize yield. Philibert Co., your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Venn, Tiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. Also brought to you by 2nd Street Auto, your transmission pros, and Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors. Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, your home for personalized sports apparel in Atlantic. And brought to you by the Super Bowl. Grab the gang and head to the Super Bowl for Globe Bowling every Friday and Saturday night. Also brought to you by Switter. They're safe, reliable Switter for all your transportation needs. And Stein C. Stein has yield. Contact your local Stein representative. Hy-Vee, bakery, deli, grocery, meat department, and pharmacy, always there for you. Your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned full-line CarQuest retail store in Atlantic. Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic, they go the extra mile for you. Olson's BP, great food, Godfather's Pizza, and quality BP fuel that keep you going company. Olson's BP in Atlantic. Also brought to you by Oak Point Wealth Management. Oak Point Wealth Management, call Aaron Friend today or visit oakpointwealth.com. And Benning Carpentry in Atlantic, where experience meets excellence. Call Matt Benning today at 515-490-6966. And Rancho Grande, authentic Mexican food on West 7th Street in Atlantic. Trojans and the Panthers warming up, and we're going to hear from Atlantic head coach Dan Vargas. And coming up, our live stream, the video stream on westerniowatoday.com is powered by Nishdanet, and behind the camera tonight is Mr. Fletcher Toff as we bring you both these games on our live video stream here at westerniowatoday.com and TV, and you can go on YouTube and watch it live as well. Had a chance to catch up with Atlantic head coach Dan Vargas, and we'll hear from Coach right after this from our Coach's sponsor, McAtee Tire. McAtee Tire and Service, your headquarters for all your automotive repairs, and Goodyear Tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic. We're back with Coach Vargas right after this.
First Whitney Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Coaches Show here on KS 95.7 FM and our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com. The Trojans 9-7 have won 3 straight, going back to the Harlan win, followed by Red Oak and then Clark last Thursday night. Coach, talk about this team now as we're heading down the final games of the regular season, getting ready for postseason. What do you like about this team here at this point?
Well, I'm really happy again with our defense. But, you know, the thing I'm most happy about, I think, right now is our girls' ability to just take what's coming at them. You know, we haven't had Zoe the last 3 games. We didn't have Jillian at Clark Thursday night. You know, so we've been going shorthanded the last couple nights, and you know, we're not panicking. We're putting freshmen out on the court. We're playing with limited rotations. We're putting new kids in new spots and doing different things, and it doesn't faze them. And that's one of our core values is adapt and overcome, and our girls are doing a really good job of that. You know, it reminds me a little bit of our team last year. You know, we lose McKenna Schrader for the season last year, and we put new kids in to new spots, and we just keep playing. And then right now, without Zoe, there's no panic. We just keep playing. We don't have Jillian. We have to go to a different rotation. We just keep playing. So to me, it just says a lot about the kids that step up. And Maddie McLaren gets her first start against Harlan. You know, obviously there's nerves there, but you can't tell when she's playing. So I'm just really proud of the way that our kids are just playing basketball, doing what's asked of them, and stepping up in big ways.
We'll go back to Red Oak and really dominating performance here, holding the Tigers to single digits. Again, the defense was outstanding. Talk about the offensive end as we take a look back on last Tuesday's win over Red Oak.
Well, we got the inside game going early. We knew that they were going to play that 2-3 zone, and we thought we could pick that apart with our size advantage. And Katrina, I think, had 12 points in the first quarter, and then they tried to pack in. We kicked it out, and then McKenna Schrader hit 5 threes. So when you're able to do that, that's really helpful. And then when you start making shots, you're able to set up your pressure. And then our pressure was able to get going. And then at the top of the press, Maddie McLaren was able to get steals for layups. And then that kind of got us into a rhythm. We went on a 23-point run, and that blew the game open. And then we were able to get other players going. And so it was really convenient for us to get the inside game going, then the outside game going, and then the press. So everything just kind of started clicking for us.
57-21 the final. 18-5 after one quarter, 38-7 at the halftime break, and 49-19 after three, and you closed out it. The game, of course, there's a running clock, a very quick second half, and 57-21. Clark, 66-23. You outscored them 25. You got out of blocks good here, Coach. 25 points in the first quarter. That's got to be one of your better starts. And 25 in the first, 22 in the second, then 13 and 6 down the stretch.
Yeah, it's really funny because we actually had a really slow start in the first couple minutes. I was kind of steaming in the first couple minutes. It was like we didn't get off the bus, and ironically, the Clark coach called a timeout, and we used their timeout to get people fired up a little bit, and then the press took off after that. We had some silly turnovers, some missed bunnies that we should have made. And gave them some easy looks, and I think they were up 5-4 on us, or 5-3 even in the first couple minutes, and then we woke up, and then after that it was a fast couple minutes after that. We really got things going and blew the game open, but early on we looked a little bit sloppy, a little bit sluggish. You could tell it was a cold, long bus ride, but then we woke up and we started hitting some shots. They really tried to pack it in against our high-low. They knew that we had the height advantage again, and they took that away, but then we hit some threes. I think Caitlin Hickman hit a corner three, then McKenna Schrader hit a corner three, and back-to-back possessions they came running out, and then our high-low got going, and then again our press. I think we had 4 or 5 straight steal layups, and then after that it was just no looking back. They had no answer for our pressure, and then no answer for the high-lows. And I don't think we needed a three the rest of the game. We just were able to score at will in the paint and off our pressure, and then we backed it off. At half, it was pretty easy on the defensive side. It just they hadn't seen much press. They didn't have much answer for that, so our pressure just created plenty of problems for them. And we got up to about 35 and just scaled back and got some other kids some minutes and continued to work high-low. Got some freshmen some really valuable minutes against a varsity team, and it was really good for that. So I was really happy the way that we got going after the first couple minutes and just dictated that game the whole way through.
Well, Creston, a team that you beat earlier back in December, on the 12th of December, 54-51. A good game here. The Panthers led early, 14-10, and then 23-17. But then you turn the table in the second half with 12 and 15 points, third and fourth respectively, to win this one. 54-51 in OT. I think the big thing, though, was the 10 points in OT that made the difference, Coach. So talk about facing the Panthers here.
Yeah, we were really cold to start that game. We couldn't make anything, and the biggest thing was, again, it was a team that sat in a 2-3 zone, and we couldn't make anything. We settled for threes. I think we were 2 of 25 thinking back to that game, and one of those threes we made was McKenna Schrader hitting a buzzer beater three, pretty much sent it to overtime. And it was one of those games where it took late game heroics to win it. And I'm proud of the effort that we had in that game, but it was very sloppy for us. They shot a really high percentage. We shot really low. They've been playing really good basketball lately, so we got to get some game plan adjustments made because we were unable to break down their 2-3 zone, and they had answers for us. Everything we threw mattered defensively, and Cadley Bailey was able to score pretty effectively against us. Bryn Tessie was able to get some good looks as well, and they did some things against our 1-2-2. Against we ran some box and one, we ran some man. It didn't seem to matter what we threw; they were able to score. So, we got to find ways to get some stops against them, but also we got to find ways to be able to score against that 2-3 zone or whatever they throw at us. So. They've been playing well. They're playing confident. They're on a little win streak themselves, or if they've been, I think they might have gotten beat by Shen, but they were on a little win streak, and they're having one of their better seasons in the last 2 years. And they've been playing together. This group of seniors for them, they've played together for 4 years, and they figured some things out, and they're competing really well right now. So it's a big game for us. Well, we're coming up on seeding time for postseason. They're 3A, we're 3A, and right now it's coming down to are we going on the road somewhere? Are we going to end up on a 2-hour bus ride for round one? Are we going to host? Are you going to start dodging these high seeds, or are you going to end up, getting sent somewhere you don't really want to? That's a big piece right now. The other side is confidence. You don't want these kind of games to slip away. We have goals about being top 3 in the Hawkeye 10, and this is a conference game on Monday night. So this is when you want to win. It's also a game where, Creston and Atlantic, there's some rivalry there coming over from softball. We've had some close games with them over the years in basketball. Look at the first game of the season, it was an overtime game. So it's a game you want to win, and frankly, we just don't like losing. Doesn't matter who you're playing. We hate losing. Our locker room doesn't like losing. That's a good thing. We want to be competitors, so you don't go in a game and want to lose. Doesn't matter who it is. So that's a big thing right now, and keep on this win streak. We got 3 in a row. We want to make it 4. So I think all those things play into your mind. You want to get a good seed. You want to stay in the conference race, and you just don't want to lose. You don't want to be losers. So all those things are there.
Coach, appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Tom.
More pregame coming up with our starters and the opening tip-off right here on KS 95.7 FM on our live video stream, WesternIowaToday.com TV and YouTube, powered by NishnaNet.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back.
To Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
Welcome back to Creston. Tom Robbins alongside Fletcher Toft as we bring you high school basketball tonight here on 95.7 FM and our live video stream, WesternIowaToday.com TV and YouTube. It's powered by NishnaNet as we get set for the starting lineups here shortly. Let's take a look at the Hawkeye 10 Conference right now. St. Albert and Kemper both unblemished in conference play. St. Albert 14-2, Kemper 11-3. Atlantic and Creston are tied for third of the conference, each with 4-2 records. The Trojans are 9-7. They've won 3 in a row. Creston 8-6. Glenwood is 8-6 as well overall, but 5-4 in the conference. Lewis Central 6-4-4. Harlan and Shenandoah tied for 7th at 3-4 in the conference. Now Harlan's 5-9, Shenandoah's 12-5. Clarinda 3-5, they're 9th at 8-7 overall. Red Oak is 1-8 and 4-12, and Denison Sleswig 0-6 in conference play and 1-14 in all games. JV game it was. Atlantic winning the junior varsity contest here tonight, 33-25 over the Creston Panthers in that JV contest. When we look at the starting lineups, we'll start off with the visiting team, the Atlantic Trojans. They're going to start McKenna Schrader, a 5'5 senior, averaging 9.13 points per game. Zoe Kirchhoff, who has been sidelined getting a rest from an injury, is going to start tonight. Zoe, a 5'5 senior, averages 8.69 a game. And Peyton McLaren, the point guard, a 5'7 junior, averaging 4.4. The players inside, they've been a big part of this run for Atlantic here this season. Katrina Williams, a 6' senior, she is averaging 10.6 a game coming in, and she's had a bundle of rebounds as well, averaging 8.1 rebounds a game. Bryn Lamp gets a start inside, a 5'11 junior, and Bryn is averaging at 3.53 a game. For Creston, Cadley Bailey, she's the shooter, averaging 23 points a game for Creston. Holland Rink will be a guard, a 5'7 senior. Rink averaging 7.14 a game. Rayleigh Picorni, a 5'9 senior, also starting. Picorni just under 5 points a contest. And Ella Turner, a 5'6 senior. Ella coming in averaging 8.2. And Brent Tussey, a senior, she's averaging 4.5. So Bailey 5'7, Rink 5'7. Picorni 5'9, Turner 5'6, and Tussey 5'8. And for Atlantic, Trojans, Schrader 5'5, Kirchhoff 5'5, McLaren 5'7, Brent Lamp 5'11, and Katrina Williams at 6 foot. Our first Whitney Bank opening tip-off is coming up.
At the Seed Pros, we're more than just your local Pioneer seed dealer. We're a family operation helping you grow profitable success season after season.
My My daddy sold chemical, soybeans, and corn.
That's right, Nora. From corn to soybeans to chemicals, we've got trusted Pioneer genetics and local knowledge to maximize profits.
And I get to ride in the tractor.
The Seed Pros, where the next generation is already in the field. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinklin, Nick Knutson, or John Becker. We are with you from the word go.
Atlantic and Creston getting ready to go. Tom Robinson with you alongside Fletcher Top behind our video camera here tonight. A lot going on this week here on KS 95.7 FM and also our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com. We've got this tonight, Thursday, with that quadrangular wrestling tournament with Southwest Iowa, Shenandoah, Atlantic, and St. Albert. We'll start at 5 o'clock with that. Then Friday we'll have the regional girls wrestling tournament. Should be a good one. The top 2 individuals advance to the state tournament the following week. Saturday be in Glenwood for the Hawkeye 10 Conference wrestling tournament. So a lot going on here as McLaren and Picorni will jump it up, and Williams, I should say. And Williams tips it, and it is controlled by the Trojans. It's Atlantic with the ball. Lamp will bring it across. They're going to call a whistle here. We've got a dead ball foul. It was a control by the Trojans. I'm not sure it went over and back possibly here. We'll see as we just got underway. So they're going to give the ball on the near sideline to Creston. So Atlantic over and back. He was controlled by the Trojans. Ended up going back into Katrina Williams' hands. So it's going to be Creston's ball. Ella Turner will throw it in for the Panthers here with 6 seconds off the clock. Holly Enrique, the point guard, will take the basketball and she'll bring it across the timeline. She's averaging 7 points a game. So wing it left to Turner. Atlantic in that 2-1-2 zone. Long bomb by Reek off the back iron. Rebound Turner. She'll loop it down to Picorni. Picorni triple teamed and lobs it over right baseline. We got a whistle. And a violation against the Panthers. It's going to be Atlantic's basketball. Just underway here, 20 seconds in. And the Trojans will bring the ball across the timeline with Peyton McLaren, the junior point guard. Bounce pass, right baseline, Schrader. Schrader skip pass over to Bryn Lamp. Baseline, Zoe Kirchhoff. Good to see her back in the lineup on the drive. Kirchhoff's runner off the glass and good. Zoe Kirchhoff wastes no time. Trojans up 2-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Panthers out top to Bailey. Tussey, she'll wing it over to Holland Lee. Reek high and right, double teamed here. Reek in trouble, the ball loose. Reek now trying to get rid of it. Finally gets it out top to Turner. And it's a knock out of bounds by Williams. Jumping the passing route, and the Panthers keep the basketball near sideline. 7:03 to go in the first quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Pass into Holland Reek. Reek top of the circle, back near side to Turner. High post to Tussey. Tussey will wing it right side to Bailey. We got a whistle. And a foul called on Atlantic with 6:58 to go here in this first quarter on the Seed Pros scoreboard. 2-0 Trojans. Kirchhoff with the layup. Kirchhoff shooting 40% from the field, 35% from the three-point line. She started off hot when the season started, shooting about 40% behind that three-point line. Panthers turn it over in the front court. Atlantic turns it back over, and the ball is loose, and Kirchhoff comes up with it, stolen by the Panthers. So Creston gets it back. Bounce pass Picorni, and she steps out of bounds. So a series of back and forth, and Atlantic will get the ball with 6:39 to go here in this first quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. And Peyton McLaren dribbles across the half-court line for Atlantic. Bounce pass baseline to Schrader. Again, a Schrader, the senior. Back out to Peyton McLaren. She'll skip past Kirchhoff left baseline. Kirchhoff back out top to Lamp. 18 on the shot clock. Back to Kirchhoff, left baseline. Give it a go inside to Schrader. She'll dump it down to Williams. A steal by the Panthers, and they knock it out of bounds. Atlantic will keep the ball. Turner got a hand on it and knocked it away. And the Trojans will get it back. Schrader will throw it in. Near sideline with 6:13 to go in the first quarter. Atlantic up 2-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Holland Reek is coming out. And checking in will be Jensen Tussey, the 5'5", the sophomore. And Schrader will trigger from the sideline, near sideline, almost to the baseline. She'll kick it way out top to Kirchhoff. Near side to McLaren. Schrader from the baseline for three. God! Schrader knocks down the triple for Atlantic. 5-0 Trojans, and Schrader knocks down her 26th three-point shot. And Kirchhoff with a steal, coast to coast. Layup up no good, but she traveled with it. She had a wide open layup and then just skidded to a stop and drug that pivot foot. And the turnover goes back over to Creston. Atlantic up 5-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Atlantic has won 3 straight. Tussey inside to Brent Tussey for 2. Can't get it. Rebound. Peyton McLaren jumps in there and snags it for Atlantic. So bring it across the half-court line. She'll work the ball left wing to Kirchhoff. Baseline Schrader. Schrader 26 threes now in the year with that make. Lamp. Baseline, Peyton McLaren along two. Too strong. Rebound, Williams for the Trojans. They get an offensive board. Back to Schrader. Deep three, no good. Rebound, Lamp in the paint, and we got a jump ball. 5:21 to go in this first quarter. The Seed Pros scoreboard. 5-0 Trojans. Kirchhoff with a 2 to start the game, and Schrader buries a 3 for Atlantic. Trojans keep the basketball. Kirchhoff will throw it in via the arrow after the jump. And Holland Reek is back in. Kick out top to Peyton McLaren for Atlantic. He'll work it out top to Schrader. High post to Williams. Back left side McLaren. Now Kirchhoff left baseline. 3 short. Rebound Brent Tussey for the Creston Panthers. Tussey will dribble across the half-court line. Guarded by Kirchhoff. She'll wing it out top. Ella Turner. Baseline. Cadley Bailey fires a 3 and knocks it down. Bailey averaging 23 a game. Just buries her 34th three-point shot of the season. 5-3 Atlantic with the lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard. The Trojans turn it over. Turner with the steal. She'll dribble all the way to the front court. Lays it up and in, and we're tied. 5-5 Panthers on a 5-0 run of their own. And the Trojans bring it across the timeline. McLaren, bounce pass baseline. Lamp, beyond the arc. Both teams playing a zone. And Holland Reek almost had a steal there. Knocked it out of bounds. Atlantic will keep it. Schrader with a 3. Kirchhoff with 2. Cadley Bailey with a 3 for Creston. And Reek with a 2. Atlantic with the basketball. Baseline, Bryn Lamp, high and right. 4:20 to go in first quarter. They'll work the ball to the left wing to Kirchhoff. Baseline Schrader. She looks into Williams. Backdoor pass. And it's knocked out by Creston. So Williams will throw it in. Turner touch it last for the Panthers. Atlantic will throw it in from the baseline. Left side of the hoop. Way out top to Schrader. 4:10 to go. First quarter. Peyton McLaren on the drive. To Lamp. Give it to go Williams. Off the glass. No good. Rebound ripped down by Brent Tussey for the Panthers. Out to Reek, and she'll bring it across the timeline for the Panthers. Double teamed, in trouble. And a timeout called by Coach Neubauer. With 3:56 to go in the first quarter, we're tied at 5-5 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Back in 30 seconds.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Welcome back to Creston. Panthers with a basketball after the timeout by Coach Neubauer. Turner will lift it over to Holland Reek, top of the circle. Back right side to Turner. She'll lob it low to Bailey. She tried to get across the paint to Picorni, and steal by Williams out top to Kirchhoff. Atlantic to the front court with 3:38 to go in the first stanza. Bounce pass right side of McKenna Schrader. Baseline Satoff now in the game. And a whistle travel call on Jill Satoff. 3:31 to go in the first quarter. So the Panthers will inbounds. Madison and McLaren, the freshman, in for the Trojans. With Satoff, Williams, Kirchhoff, and Schrader. Bounce pass into Reek for Creston. Pass ahead to Cadley Bailey. She'll fire a pass to McCorney down the lane. McCorney's layup no good. Nice block out by Jill Satoff. Snags the board. Kick out to Kirchhoff. Here come the Trojans to the front. Peyton McLaren baseline. Ball stolen away. Panthers having it back. Colin Reek knocked out of her hands. Gets the 50-50 ball. Now they'll throw it away. Schrader with the steal. She hits the deck. Ball loose again. Another scramble for it. Creston comes up with it. Down low to Bailey. Layup good. Oh, my goodness. And the Panthers on a 7-0 run. Now lead 7-5 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Bailey has 5 of the 7, averaging 23 a game. Atlantic to the front. Baseline Kirchhoff. Back out top to Schrader. 2:40 to go. First stanza. Baseline. Maddie McLaren, the freshman. To Satoff. Jillian on the left wing will kick it out right wing to Kirchhoff. Baseline Schrader. She'll launch the three. No good. Rebound. Holland Reek for Creston on the move to the front. Spinning down the lane. Layup no good. Great move by Reek. Turner rebound. Her shot's no good. And she knocks it out of bounds. Atlantic will have the ball. 2:20 to go. Reek on the break had a nice spin move. She missed the layup but had a good move inside the block. Atlantic will throw it in. Uncontested as Creston drops back on the half-court zone defense with 2:15 to go. First quarter. Schrader right baseline to Satoff. Creston up by 2, 7-5. Schrader lifts a pass over to Maddie McLaren. Goes baseline to Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff a lobber right out top to McLaren. Top of the key. She guarded by Bailey. Back to Kirchhoff left baseline. Now he'll skip past to Satoff. And the shot overhead. Reek with the steal. Coast to coast across the block and off the leg of Satoff. And the Panthers will have the ball out of bounds along the baseline. Right side of their basket. 1:53 to go in this first quarter. And it's 7-5. Panthers with a lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Timeout called by Atlantic. We're back in 30 seconds.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital. And we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Welcome back to Creston. The throw in by the Panthers for baseline. Holland Rink to throw it in down to Turner. Layup is good. Turner with the bucket for the Panthers. They take a 9-5 lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Atlantic in the front. Kirchhoff left wing. Baseline to Maddie McLaren. Back out to Kirchhoff. In that zone by Creston. She'll lob it over to Schrader. Down inside to Williams. Layup up and no good, but she draws the foul. So the Trojans haven't used that inside presence that much here in this first quarter, but Creston is defending it well, and Williams finally got the entry pass. Missed the short jumper there, but she drew the foul, and Williams will shoot a pair. The senior lifts it up, and it is no good. It rims out. Score 9-5. Panthers with a lead. 1:31 to go in this first quarter. Williams shooting 52% from the free throw line. Second free throw's on the way. Good. 9-6. Creston. Lead is 3. Atlantic squeeze in. Steal by McLaren. Layup is good. 9-8. McLaren with the steal and layup for the Trojans. And another steal by Atlantic. Satoff with a steal. Now Atlantic can take the lead here. They're down by 1 with 1:13 to go in the first quarter. Bounce pass left baseline to Schrader. Inside, Satoff. She kicks it back out top to Maddie McLaren and poked it out of bounds by Reek for the Panthers. Atlantic will throw it in for the baseline with 1:04 to go in this first quarter. Panthers up 9-8. They went a 7-0 run to take that 7-5 lead. Now the throw in by Schrader. She has 1-3 so far in the first quarter. Maddie McLaren on the left wing. Back to Satoff. Baseline to McLaren. She'll kick it out top to Maddie McLaren. Right baseline. Schrader launches a three. No good. Missed the shot. Knocked out of bounds by Tussie for Creston. Atlantic will get the ball back with 52 seconds to go in the first quarter. 9-8 Panthers on top of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Schrader to throw it in. Left side of McLaren. Back out top, and a steal by Reek ahead to Bailey down the lane. Layup is good. Oh, good. Rebound McLaren for Atlantic. Just missed the bunny down the right side. Bailey with 5 points here in this first quarter. Bade McLaren with it. 35 seconds to go here in the quarter. Maddie McLaren on the drive. Back to Satoff. McLaren top of the key. The freshman McLaren. Back right side of Satoff. She'll fire up the three. No good. Rims out. Rebound McLaren inside. Ball knocked loose. Creston comes up with it. Tussey with it. Jensen Tussey. She'll take it inside the lane. Layup up and good. Jensen Tussey, the 5'5 sophomore. Puts the Panthers up 11-8 in the Seed Pros scoreboard. Atlantic with the basketball. They throw it away again. Steal by Reek. Layup Bailey. Good. And that's going to be it here in this first quarter. The Panthers 13. Atlantic 8. Cadley Bailey with 7 points. Holly Reek with 2. Ella Turner with a pair. Jensen Tussey with 2. And for Atlantic, McKenna Schrader with 3. Kirchhoff 2. McLaren 2. And Katrina Williams 1 for 2 from the line. Back in a minute on KS 95.7 FM.
At Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic, you'll find the latest apparel and promotional products in the newest colors and designs. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports team, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where did you get that?" Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop in today.
Looking for the place to party in Atlantic? It's the Super Bowl, your party headquarters for birthdays, family outings, date nights, and more. Feeling competitive? Challenge your crew to a few games and see who's king of the lanes. Don't miss Glow Bowling every Friday and Saturday night. Lights, music, and nonstop fun. Ready to roll? Call Dan at 243-4656 to book your lanes today. The Super Bowl in Atlantic, where good times roll.
Neighbors caring for neighbors.
Welcome back. Creston with the basketball. Picorni on the left wing fires a 3, missed the shot. Rebound Williams. We got a foul called on Williams, I believe, on the rebound. As we get started here in the second quarter, Creston leading Atlantic 13-8 of the Seed Pros score, but Atlantic took a 5-0 lead. Panthers went on a 5-0 run. They went on a 7-0 run to lead 7-5, and they have a 5-point lead. They had a nice run at the end of the first quarter. Atlantic with the ball on the rebound by Williams. Lamp back to Kirchhoff. She'll bring it across the timeline for the Trojans. Right baseline to Schrader. Inside to Williams. Turns off the glass. Good. Nice assist by Schrader on the low block, and Williams just turned and kissed it off the glass and in. 13-10. Trojans with the steal. McLaren. Inside layup. Kirchhoff. Good. Atlantic on a run. 4-1 for the Trojans here in this second stanza. 13-12 Panthers. Tussey dives inside. Down to Picorni. Layup no good. And the rebound, the Panthers, they missed the shot. And Schrader with the board for Atlantic. Gave it back to Bailey. Now into Turner. Now Williams with the steal for the Trojans. And we got a foul called on Tussey. A wild one here in this first half. A lot of back and forth and scrambles for 50-50 ball. Atlantic and now by 1, 13-12. And Schrader with the basketball will bring it across the timeline. Trojans on a 4-0 run to start the second quarter. Kirchhoff left baseline to Maddie McLaren. Give it a go to Williams. Offhand shot, no good. Schrader fouls on the rebound. Creston's basketball, and off the bench comes Spade McLaren. And Schrader will come out with 2 fouls here in this first half. So Atlantic puts some pressure on here as they're going to give the ball to Turner to throw it in, out to Reek. Now then Reek back to Turner in the backcourt. Reek near side, she'll lift it across to Bailey. Bailey fires up a triple. Good to Cadley Bailey. Puts the Panthers up 16-12, and she was wide open, averaging 23 a game. And the Panthers up 16-12 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Atlantic with the basketball in the front court. 6:27 to go. First half. Lamp out top. McLaren, and the ball stolen away. Tussey with the steal. On the move, pulls up right baseline. Kicks it low. Picorni goes to work. Back out top to Reek. Bailey wide open 3, short. And it goes out of bounds. Atlantic will get the ball back along the baseline. Canley Bailey with 2 3-point shots so far in the ball game. And on the season, she's hit 35 of those as McLaren brings the ball across the timeline for Atlantic. Bounce pass right baseline, Madison McLaren. Inside to Williams and a turnover, Trojans. They'll kick it out top to Reek, and Williams gets the steal for Atlantic. She'll squeeze it off to McLaren to the top of the circle. She'll bring it across with 5:44 to go in the second quarter. 16-12 Panthers on the St. Pros scoreboard. Right baseline to Bryn Lamp. Lamp down low to Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff will loop it back out top. McLaren, she'll fire up a triple. Good! Madison McLaren with the 3 for Atlantic. And the Trojans squeeze the lead to 16-15. Panthers by 1. Maddie McLaren, the freshman, with a triple. Panthers front court possession. Reek almost has it stolen away, and we've got a timeout call by Coach Neubauer. 5:13 to go in the half. The Panthers 16, Atlantic 15. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We're back right after this.
SWITA is your public transit provider in Southwest Iowa. Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. Call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Has outscored the Panthers here in this second stanza, 7-3. Creston with the basketball up 16-15. The Seed Pros score, but out to Bryn Tussey. Tussey, the backcourt, will work the ball across the time and off the screen from Reek. Back to Reek, top of the key. Swings it left. Here's a 3-ball on the way. Good! Off the bench. Marley Stalker, the 5'7" sophomore, hits the triple. 19-15 Panthers. Trojans with the basketball. High and right to McLaren. Baseline to Bryn Lamp. Inside to Kirchhoff. Back out top. McLaren open. She'll launch the 3. No good. Ricochets to McCorney. Kick out to Reek. Creston's ball. Reek across the half-court line on the bounce. Atlantic in that 2-1-2 zone. Ball lifted high and right to Stalker. Tussey, high block. She'll fire. No. Rebound. Trina Williams for Atlantic. Kick out to Kirchhoff. She'll bring it across the timeline for the Trojans. 4:25 to go in the first half. Panthers with a 19-15 lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Lamp into Williams, down low to McLaren across the block, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Trojans. Turnover Atlantic. Panthers get the ball. Atlantic won the first meeting in overtime, a 3-point win for the Trojans. Satoff comes in for Atlantic, the 5'9" junior. The ball belongs to Creston. They'll trigger for the baseline. Full court press Atlantic. Bailey. She'll knock it ahead to Rick across the half-court line. Bailey on the dribble, lose the handle, gets it back. And Williams with the steal for the Trojans. Back out to Satoff. 4 minutes to play, second quarter. Panthers up 19-15, Trojans basketball. McLaren high and right, skip past Kirchhoff. Back to McLaren, Payton back inside. Williams high block, looks low to Satoff. Back right baseline, McLaren pops the 3. It is no good. Rims out, Satoff rebound. Put back is no good. Williams get the board for Lennox, back to McCorney. Panthers get the steal of the ball. Reek with the ball. Brings it across the timeline. Bounce pass to Bailey, and Bailey throws it away. Williams with the steal, ahead to McLaren. She'll take it down inside. Shot blocked by Stalker. Panthers get the ball back. 3:19 to go in the second quarter. Stalker wasn't looking. Reek threw it to Stalker. And right overhead, Atlanta gets the ball back. With 3:14 to go in the first half of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Schrader will check in. She has 2 fouls. Peyton McLaren will come out. Atlantic down by 4, 19-15. Kirchhoff will bring it across the timeline for the Trojans across the half-court line. Kirchhoff, lob it out to right baseline. McLaren, long two. Good! Maddie McLaren with the double. 19-17 to Maddie McLaren with 5 points. 2:57 to go. First half. Stalker with it. Pass ahead of McCorney. Wide open down the lane. Layup good. Wide open was Marley Stalker. She has 5 off the bench. 21-17. Panthers with the lead. Schrader, top of the circle for Atlantic. Lobbed it low on a steal by McCorney. Another turnover by the Trojans. Then we got a whistle and a foul call, I believe, on Schrader. And that'll be her third as Holland Rink went down. So Schrader with 3 fouls. Payne McLaren will come back in. Ella Turner is back in for Creston. She'll throw it in. So for Panthers, they have Marley Stalker in there, Cadley Bailey, Jensen Tussey, Reek, who takes the pass. Back to Turner. Turner, Stalker down the paint, off her fingertips, out of bounds. Atlantic gets the ball on the turnover. A lot of TOs here this first half, both squads. And Atlantic will throw it in, down by 4, 21-17. 2:27 to play in this first half of the Steve Pros scoreboard. Payne McLaren, top of the circle on the dribble. Finds a seam, kicks it back outside to Kirchhoff. She'll launch the 3, no good. Rebound, Williams, put back is good. Williams with 5, Atlantic within 2, 21-19. Panthers to the front court. Bailey down inside to Tussey, Jensen Tussey, and he can't handle it. Atlantic gets the ball back. They can tie it here or go ahead with a long ball with 2 minutes to go in the first half. 21-19, Panthers on top. Here comes Kirchhoff to the front. She'll wing it right baseline to Maddie McLaren. Back out top, Kirchhoff, and overshoots her out of bounds. Turnover Atlantic. Creston gets the ball back on the far side. 1:48 to go in the second quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Ella Turner to fire it in for Creston. Looks for a cutter, finds Jensen. Tussey, inside Reek, baseline Stalker back out top. Turner. Tussey, and she threw it away. Williams with the steal for Atlantic. Williams to the high block, pulls up, baseline. Maddie McLaren fires the triple, no good. Rebound inside by Stalker, tapped out by Williams. Creston's ball. 1:26 to go here in this first quarter. Steve Pros scoreboard. Panthers up 21-19. Brent Tussey's in, Picorni's in. Out goes Jensen Tussey and Marley Stalker. But Marley Stalker with 5 points. She had a 3 and a 2 for the Panthers. Some valuable time she spent on the hardwood here in the second quarter. Reek with it to Turner for Creston. Cadley Bailey high and right. Back to Reek. She'll fire a 3, no good. Rebound Madison McLaren for Atlantic, the freshman on the move. She'll pull up from 4 feet out, no good in front of the hoop. Rebound Payne McLaren. And a foul called on Ella Turner. With 1:03 to go in the first half. So Atlantic will have it down 21-19 on the Steve Pros scoreboard. They'll throw it in from the baseline left side of the hoop. Kirchhoff will toss it. Way out top to Payne McLaren. Back right side of Kirchhoff along the baseline beyond the arc. She'll drive inside. Runs into traffic, and we've got a whistle. And a violation on Atlantic. It's going to be Creston's ball. 55 seconds to play first half. 21-19. Creston by a pair. Panthers with it. Holland Reek in the backcourt. She'll pull up and kick it back to Turner. Turner clears the half-court line through traffic. Back to Reek, high and left. Reek drives. Down low to Picorni. Layup no, but a foul called on Atlantic with 42 seconds to go here in the first half. And that'll put Braylee Picorni, the 5'9 senior, on the free throw line. So far this season, a 79% free throw shooter. 23 of 29. She has been some pinpoint accuracy here, and her first free throw is good. And not many of these attempted here in this first half. In fact, that's the first for the Panthers. They did 22-19 on that make. Picorni's second free throw is in flight, and it is good. McCourty with 2 points, both the line, 23-19 Panthers. Atlantic's ball with 39 seconds to go in the first half. Kirchhoff on the dribble, top of the circle. Bounce pass high and right to McLaren. Baseline to Satoff on the right side. Satoff give and go inside to Kirchhoff. Layup up and it is no good. Good look by Satoff. Kirchhoff missed the layup. Rebound comes off the Panthers. Here's Reek down low and Williams gets a steal. She'll launch a baseball pass ahead to Maddie McLaren. Layup up and good. Good job by Williams and Madison McLaren. The freshman finishes 23-21. Panthers by 2 with 6 seconds to go in the half. We're down to 4. Driving Bailey, followed by Jay at the buzzer. No good. And that's going to be it here as the last second shot is missed. We're going to have a foul called on Atlantic. The Trojans with a foul there at the buzzer. No time shown on the clock. So Picorni will go back to the free throw line. And they're going to call that foul on Satoff. That's her first with no time left. They still man on the lanes there. So it's 23-21 in favor of the Panthers. Picorni will shoot a pair here for Creston. Picorni 2 for 2 for the line. And she'll shoot 2 free throws here, the lefty. And the first one up, and it is no good. Picorni 2 for 3, 79% free throw shooter. They're going to put 0.3 of a second on the clock. Second free throw, Picorni. She missed them both. Williams rebound. And that's going to be it here in the first half. 23-21. The Panthers lead by 2 on the Seed Pro Scoreboard. A halftime brought to you by Olson's BP. Your home for the great Godfather's Pizza. We're back right after this from Olson's BP.
Hi everyone, this is Tanner from the Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It's free and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can sign you up in-store. Super easy and instant savings. You will still have the Fuel Saver savings on gas. We're the only store in town committed to giving you the cheapest gas. So when you choose Atlantic Hy-Vee, you're not just shopping, you're experiencing service, quality, savings, and purpose. And as always, thank you for choosing Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Welcome back to Creston halftime at 23-21 in favor of the Panthers as Creston led 13 after 1 quarter play. And the Trojans in that second quarter got the offense going as Maddie McLaren had 5 points, in fact 7 points to lead Atlantic in that second quarter, 7, 11, and 13. So Trojans able to outscore the Panthers 13-10 in that second stanza, but down by 2 here at the halftime break. Let's take a look at the scoring here in the first half for Atlantic. They are led by Madison McLaren, the 5'7" freshman with 7 points. 4 points for Zoe Kirchhoff, 5 points for Katrina Williams. Peyton McLaren with 2, and McKenna Schrader has 3. Again, Zoe Kirchhoff 4, and Schrader 3. And Maddie McLaren with 7, Peyton McLaren with a pair, and Katrina Williams with the 5 points. It is 23-21 here at the half. We'll take a look at the Creston score sheet, but first this, our halftime sponsor, Olson's BP, your home for the great Godfather's Pizza.
Why is the oxygen tank empty again?
Empty? That's impossible. I just filled it.
You didn't leave the valve open, did ya? How many times do I gotta say it? Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty.
Amy Jo, this isn't rocket science, it's farm science.
Let me guess, acetylene's empty too. Yep, knew it. Funny how the tanks are empty, but someone around here is still full of hot air.
What'd you say?
I said Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts store, has welding supplies. Save the lecture, skip the arguing, and just call 712-254-7373.
At Greg Young, we don't just sell vehicles, we help you find the perfect one. Our extensive dealership network allows for amazing pricing and better vehicle selection. Plus, get a...
At the Panthers scoring, Cadley Bailey, who leads the team, averaging 23 points a game, shooting 39% from behind the three-point line and 48% field goal shooting. Bailey leads the team with 10 points in the first half. Holland Reek, the point guard, with 2. Braylee Picorni, 2 for 3 from the line. She has 2. Ella Turner with a pair. Marley Stalker came off the bench in that second quarter and scored 5 points. And Jensen Tussey off the bench has 2 for Creston. It was 13-8 after one, and right now it's 23-21. Panthers with the 2-point lead of the Seed Pro scoreboard here at the half. Atlantic got off to a quick start. They led 5-0, went on a 5-0 run. Then the Panthers answered with a 5-0 run of their own. They tied the game at a 5, then took a 7-5 lead, opened up a 9-5 lead. So they were actually on a 9-0 run before Atlantic got a free throw to make it 9-6, and then 9-8, 11-8, and 13-8 there at the end of the first quarter. And then it was really tight, except for the Panthers did extend their lead to 16-12 at one point. Atlantic able to close the gap to 16-50, but never could get the lead in that second quarter. And we're close here at halftime, 23-21. The first time these two teams met back on December 12th, it was a similar type game. Atlantic won on their home court 54-51, and they went into overtime. Trojans able to score 10 points in that overtime period to win that game that first time out. We're at halftime. The Panthers up 23-21. The first of two tonight. We'll have the boys game coming up after this one here on KS 95.7 FM and our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com TV and YouTube. It's powered by Nishanet. We're back in a couple of minutes with more halftime from Creston.
At Greg Young, we don't just sell vehicles, we help you find the perfect one. Our extensive dealership network allows for amazing pricing and better vehicle selection. Plus, get a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with a new or used vehicle purchase, oil changes, tire rotations, and peace of mind on us. That's how Greg Young celebrates 25 years. Visit GregYoungAtlantic.com today.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Limits apply. See dealer for details.
You wouldn't put just anything in your engine. At Olson's BP, we provide BP superior fuels to keep your car running at its best. But what about the driver? Olson's BP is your keep-you-going store, and we've got the high-quality fuel you need at Godfather's Pizza Express. This January, we're helping you go further for less. Buy any large pizza and get half off any side. Pair that with thick crust pizza with wings or cheese sticks and save big. Stop by Olson's BP for superior fuels and Godfather's Pizza, a pizza you can't refuse.
At Oak Point Wealth Management, we're embracing new changes to better serve you. As an independent wealth manager, I'm excited to partner with LPL Financial, bringing you comprehensive tools and resources backed by personalized service and dynamic technology. My focus remains on helping you achieve your financial goals with integrity and care. Visit oakpointwealth.com or call me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521 to learn more.
Visit oakpointwealth.com. Call 712-207-3521 to learn more about how Oak Point Wealth Management can help you pursue your financial goals.
Looking for a reputable carpenter you can trust? Call Matt Benning with Benning Carpentry. Matt and his crew, based out of Atlantic, bring you top quality craftsmanship backed by over 30 years of experience. From remodels to custom builds, they do it all with precision and professionalism. Call 515-490-6966 today. That's 515-490-6966. Benning Carpentry, where experience meets excellence.
Godfather's Pizza, the Creston Panthers leading 23-21. And Cadley Bailey averaging 23 a game, leads with the 10 points. All scores with the 10 points. In for Atlantic, Madison McLaren has 5 to lead the Trojans. Katrina Williams with 3. And Zoe Kirchhoff with 4. McKenna Schrader with a 3-point shot, but she has foul trouble. She has 3 fouls here in this first half, so they're going to have to be careful with her the rest of the way. 2 points for Peyton McLaren here at Creston. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, we'll go back over it again. The Hawkeye 10 Conference girls standings show St. Albert and Kemper tied for the lead, both unblemished in conference games. St. Albert 7-0, Kemper 6-0. And the Saints are left 14-2 overall. Kemper 11-3. Then Atlantic and Creston, they're tied for third. And Coach Vargas had mentioned over the weekend that one of the goals for this team is to finish the top 5. So this is a big game for both these squads as they are tied for third at 4-2. And Atlantic is 9-7, Creston 8-6. Glenwood at fifth at 5-4 in the conference, 8-6 overall. Lewis Central 6 at 4-4 and 5-10. Harlan 3-4. Shen 3-4. Cyclones are 5-9, and Shenandoah is 12-5. Clarinda 9th. They're 3-5 in the conference, 8-7 overall. Red Oak 1-8, 4-12, and Dennis and Sleswick 0-6 in conference play, and 1-14 on the season. Boys game will be coming up here after this game here, and we can expect nothing but the same in the second half. These two teams tangled back in Atlantic on December the 12th and win it overtime. Trojans had the upper hand and won that 54-51. Our halftime brought to you by Olson's BP, your home for Godfather's Pizza. We'll be back in 1 minute with the second half here on KS 95.7 FM and a live video stream, westerniowatoday.com.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
First Windy Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
3-21, Panthers with a 2-point lead. We start the third quarter. Trojans with the basketball. Zoe Kirchhoff high and left with it. Down low to McLaren. A steal by Reek for Creston. She'll lift it ahead to Bailey. Layup up and no good. Rebound Williams for Atlantic. She'll clear it out to Peyton McLaren. The Trojans have the ball in the front court. They work the ball out top. McLaren, left baseline, Maddie McLaren. Lamp. She'll throw it away. Steal by Tussey. Pass ahead to Bailey. She'll lay it up, and it is foul called on Kirchhoff. So 2 shots coming for Cadley Bailey here in this third quarter. Just underway, 7:28 to go in the third stanza. Panthers up at 23-21, and Bailey to the free throw line. She has 10 points in the first half. Shooting 74% from the line. Her first of 2 up and no good off the heel. Panthers 2 for 4 from the line. Atlantic 1 for 2. Not many free throws shot in that first half. A lot of outside shooting. Here's the free throw by Bailey. The second one is good. Panthers up 24-21 in the Seed Pros scoreboard. Atlantic a 3-point shot away from knotting this up here early third quarter. Pass high and right to Peyton McLaren. Baseline pass goes to Bryn Lamb. Back to McLaren. She'll drive inside, runner up, and it is no good. Rebound Williams. Put back is good. Williams with 7. 24-23. Panthers lead is 1. Creston against the full court press. Still the backcourt. Turner with it. Gets it across the timeline on the dribble. Works through traffic. Baseline right. Piccone. Down inside, Turner off her hands, and picked up by Williams. Turnover, Creston. Atlantic can take the lead on this possession early third quarter. McLaren, right baseline to Bren Lamp. Lamp holds the ball on the baseline to back out inside to Maddie McLaren across the block. Wide open, Peyton McLaren. Shot no good, but Bailey with the foul. And Peyton McLaren will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 6:38 to go. Here in this third quarter, the Seed Pros scoreboard. 24-23 Panthers as McLaren can tie it with his free throw. It's on the way and good. Peyton McLaren. 3 points for the junior. Second free throw coming up for the lead. Good. She made them both. Atlantic finally grabs the lead. 25-24. McLaren's 2 free throws. And the Panthers with the ball in the backcourt. Score brought to you by the Seed Pros. They're by your side to maximize yields from the word go. Turner back to Tussey. Long 2, 16-footer, no good. Rebound Williams for Atlantic, or Lamp rather, Lamp got the board. And the kick out to Peyton McLaren. Angles left of the dribble to bounce pass to Maddie McLaren, left wing. Baseline to Bryn Lamp. Lamp back out top to Maddie McLaren. Over to Peyton McLaren, high and right. Baseline, Zoe Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff and Williams down in the back door, and a steal by Picorni. And the Panthers get the ball back. Holland Rink brings it across the timeline with a high dribble, but okay there. Atlantic in that zone. They'll loop the pass right baseline and threw it inside to Tussey. Steal by Williams, and she loses the handle. Creston gets the ball back. Reek on the dribble, high and right. Driving inside. Traffic stolen away by Williams. She just picked her pocket. Atlantic gets the ball back with 5:36 to go in the third. With a 1-point lead, 25-24 Trojans of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Kirchhoff inside to Lamp. Baseline, Maddie McLaren short. 2 is good. Mattis McLaren with a little 2-pointer from the left baseline. And the Trojans now up 27-24 the Seed Pros scoreboard. Creston with the ball in the backcourt. They get across for Turner. Coach Neubauer wants the timeout. 5:11 to go third. Atlantic up by 3. 27-24. We're back in 30 seconds.
Empty? That's impossible. I just filled it.
You didn't leave the valve open, did ya? How many times do I gotta say it? Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty.
Amy Jo.
At the Seed Pros, we're more than just your local Pioneer seed dealer. We're a family operation helping you grow profitable success season after season.
My daddy sells chemical, soybeans, and corn.
That's right, Nora. From corn to soybeans to chemicals, we've got trusted Pioneer genetics and local knowledge to maximize profits.
And I get to ride in the tractor.
The Seed Pros, where the next generation is already in the field. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinklin, Nick Knutson, or John Becker. We are with you from the word go.
This third quarter, Atlantic has taken a 27-24 lead. As Mattis McLaren with a pair, got Trini Williams with 2, and Peyton McLaren 2 for 2 from the line. And they've outscored Creston is 6-1 here in this third quarter. Panthers with the basketball. Turner will throw it into Holland Reek. Back near side to Turner. Back to Reek, top of the circle. Reek on the drive. Runner up. No good. Rebound Holland Reek. To Turner. She'll try one from 15. Can't get it to go. And a rebound Jillian Satoff. Nice board for the 5'9 junior. She'll kick it out to Schrader down the game. McKinnon Schrader playing with 3 fouls. They'll work the ball left baseline. Inside to Williams. Backdoor layup is good. Atlantic up 29-24. They go inside to Williams. A 5-point lead for Atlantic and Williams. Now with 9. Panthers in the front court, down by 5. Here on the Seed Pros scoreboard, 4.5 to go in the third. Turner, she'll launch a 3. Off the mark, long rebound. And Schrader battling for it, but the Panthers come up with a Turner. Offensive board for Creston. Back out top to Bailey. Inside to Turner. She'll lay it up, and it is no good. And the ball knocked out by Williams. Picorni had the position right side of the basket, and Williams poked it out of bounds before Picorni could get a good shot away. 4:16 to go in the third. And the Trojans up 29-24 on the Seed Pros scoreboard, outscoring the Panthers 8-1 now in this third quarter. Kick out top, and Schrader with a steal for the Trojans, and Cadley Bailey gets it back for the Panthers. She'll work to the front court. Right baseline to Picorni. Picorni back out top to Tussey, so swing it left to Reek. Reek on the left wing, 4 minutes to go third quarter. Atlantic up 29-24, the Seed Pro scoreboard. Pass lifted near side to Tussey. Tussey behind the arc right. Back over to Reek. High block to Turner. Turner on the dribble down the lane, slithers in and lays it up and missed the shot. Picorni rebound, put back no. Finally, Picorni gets another offensive board. Her putback is no good. And a foul called on Atlantic. Offensive boards galore for the Panthers. They had 3 offensive rebounds. They're going to get a couple of free throws out of it. Picorni at the line. 29-24. Trojans with the lead, and Picorni at the line. And she'll lob one up. It's no good off the front iron. Picorni shooting well over 70% for the free throw line. Is 2 for 4 here tonight. Atlantic still outscoring the Panthers 8-1 in the third quarter. Second free throw by Braylee Picorni is no good off the front iron. Atlantic finally gets a rebound, and they'll bring it to the front court with 3:34 to go, third quarter. Babe McLaren high and right. Skip pass, Maddie McLaren to Schrader inside to Williams, layup, and God! Trojans have been going inside, and it's been working. Something they lacked in that first half. Atlantic now up 31-24, a 10-1 run. Stalker inside to Turner. Her layup is up and good. The Panthers get some offense, and Turner has 4 points. 31-26 Atlantic with the lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard. 3 minutes left, third quarter. Babe McLaren high and right. Into Williams, and she tried to go backdoor to Satoff, and they turn it over. Might have been a good idea for Williams just to finish that. She was down low. Kirchhoff in, and Schrader comes out. McKenna's still playing with those 3 fouls. They're going to try to save her here. The rest of the stands with 2:56 to go in the third. Atlantic up 31-26. Panthers with the basketball. Bailey to Turner. Atlantic with a full court press. Turner in the backcourt. Nice job by Maddie McLaren. Now Turner, reverse dribble, gets it across. Into Reek. She'll drive inside. Ball loose, and the Trojans come up with it. Turnover, Creston. Williams with it, back out top to Kirchhoff. 2:35 to go in the third. Kirchhoff high and left. Right wing, Peyton McLaren on the bounce to the baseline. Almost stolen away by Turner, and we got a jump ball. Turnover. And with 2:27 to go, who's going to get the basketball? Looks like it's going to be Creston via the arrow, and Ella Turner will throw it in. The Panthers just 3 points in the third quarter. And Atlantic with 10. Now then Reek back to turn the middle against the full court press by Atlantic. Cadley Bailey lobs ahead to Reek, high and left in the front court. She'll take it to the rim. Cut off, down low, ball loose, out of bounds. Last touch by Atlantic. So Jensen Tussey is in there, the 5'5 sophomore. Also Stalker, who had 5 points in the second quarter. Marley Stalker's in for Creston. As a throw in to Stalker for 3, no good. Rebound Satoff for Atlantic. Here come the Trojans. Near the 2-minute mark to go in the third, and a 31-26 Atlantic lead. Kirchhoff top of the circle. Bounce pass high and right to McLaren. Right baseline. Maddie McLaren on the drive. Over to Satoff. Now Kirchhoff drives in. Runner up. God! Kirchhoff with a wild shot. She has 6. It goes in. Atlantic up 33-26 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Panthers in the front court. 1:40 to go, third quarter. In trouble, Reek. And the ball thrown away. Williams with a steal. Atlanta gets the ball back. Here come the Trojans. Peyton McLaren across the half-court line. Near side, Kirchhoff. Back out top to McLaren. She'll take it to the right wing. Bounce pass out. Kirchhoff fires a 3. No good. And the rebound comes off to the Panthers' Holland Rink. And she'll weave her way to the front court. Pass high and right to Bailey. Cadley Bailey for 3, no good. Long rebound. Turner put back from 15 off the glass, no good. Atlantic snags the board with Satoff. Great position for Satoff. She gets the board for Atlantic. The Trojans up 33-26 of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Have the ball in the front court. They work the ball right wing to Maddie McLaren. Right baseline to Satoff. Give it go to Katrina Williams. Shot blocked by Turner. Kick out to Bailey for Creston. Under a minute to go. Reek, a long 3. Good! Reek, a Caitlin Clark 3. Holland Reek with the first triple. She has 5 points, and it's 33-29. Panthers within 4, the Seed Pros scoreboard. Peyton McLaren, left baseline to Satoff. Jillian inside to Williams, right side to Kirchhoff, baseline to Maddie McLaren. She'll launch a triple. No good. Rebound Williams for Atlantic, and then steps out of bounds. Creston's ball. And Brent Tussey off the bench for the Panthers. Brent Lamp off the bench for Atlantic for Satoff. 22 seconds to go in the third, 33-29. 4-point lead for the Trojans on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And the throw-in coming up. They'll get it inside to Reek, back to Turner. Atlantic with a full court press, pass near side. Cadley Bailey. Bailey back to Turner. She'll bring it across the half-court line. Baseline to Reek, 11 seconds, 10. Tussey from 15, fires at 8 seconds, missed a shot. Rebound Stalker. Her layup is no good. Turner with the rebound, her shot no good with 3 seconds to go. Atlantic fouls. Schrader back in. Ella Turner will shoot 2. 33-29. Atlantic opened up a 31-24 lead. And the Panthers now within 4, and they can cut this to 2 as Turner at the line with 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. First free throw is good. Ella Turner with 5 points. Second free throw coming up, 33-30. Atlantic's lead is trimmed to 3 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Second free throw for Ella Turner. Here it is in flight, and it is good. Ella Turner makes 2 key free throws for the Panthers. 33-31. Atlantic's lead is cut to 2. Schrader from a long distance at the buzzer missed the shot, and we've got a 2-point game going into the final stanza. We're back in a minute. 33 Atlantic, 31 Creston. Back right after these.
Embracing new changes to better serve you.
SWITA is your public transit provider in Southwest Iowa. Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. Call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Basketball, Williams with a high block inside to Lamp. Lamp threw it away. Panthers with a steal. 33-31. We've got a jump ball here right out of the gate. Trojans lead by a pair on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And the Panthers will throw it in. Creston scoring 4, 6, 8 points in that third quarter. Atlantic outscored them 12-8. Creston front court, high block to Tussey. High and right to Bailey. Bailey hands it off. Ella Turner. Turner back out top to Colin Reek. Stalker. Back to Reek. Top of the circle. Tussey fires a triple. No good. Rebound comes off to the Panthers again. They get another offensive board, but the Trojans come up with it on a steal. Back to Peyton McLaren, and she traveled with it. Early fourth quarter, Atlantic up 33-31 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Panthers with the basketball out of bounds on their sideline. Both these teams tied for third with 4-2 conference records. Here comes Creston to the front court. Cadley Bailey high and right to Ella Turner. Turner drives inside. Nice crossover step, ties it with a 2-point shot. Turner with a beautiful crossover. Tied 33-33 here in the fourth. Atlantic with the basketball, the Seed Pros scoreboard on the drive. Trojans have it, right baseline. Now to McKenna Schrader. Schrader back out top to Zoe Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff reverse dribble now, baseline to Peyton McLaren. High block Lamp, 15-foot jumper, no. Rebound Lamp, put back from short range off the glass, no. Schrader rebound, her shot's no good. Foul called on Creston. So Atlantic getting some offensive rebounds on their end. And the ball belongs to McKenna Schrader at the free throw line. Schrader will shoot 2 from the line. First one on the way, and it is good. McKenna puts Atlantic back up 34-33 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And McKenna Schrader with 4 points. Second free throw is coming up. And it is good. Schrader hits them both. She has 5. 35-33. Atlantic back up by 2 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Early fourth quarter. Panthers in the front court. Tussey, and there's over and back. Turnover, Creston. Good job of the Trojan defense. They put pressure on the throw it across the line, and they got it back to Bailey, but she was not established in the front court. And Atlantic with the ball. Out top to Schrader, shoving across the half-court line. High and left, high block Lamp. Lamp back right side to Kirchhoff. The senior driving in, inside Lamp, layup no. Rebound Tussey, and we've got a whistle. Jump ball. Trojans tie it up. And they'll get the arrow as Madison McLaren will come in for Bryn Lamp. They're going to go a little smaller lineup with 6:13 to go. Here the Seed Pro scoreboard, the throw-in. Out top to Schrader. Atlantic in the front with a 2-point lead. McLaren high and right, bounce pass to Maddie McLaren, right baseline. Left it out top to Kirchhoff. Left side. Couple of dribbles by Zoe Kirchhoff, looking to survey the offense there. Now she'll take it inside. We've got a whistle, and they're going to call it for carrying. 5:54 to go in the game. And turnover Atlantic up 35-33 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Ella Turner will toss it in from the baseline for the Trojans, or for the Panthers. Baseball pass ahead to Bailey, and that one too deep. Atlantic gets it back. Kirchhoff has some numbers here for Atlantic in the front court. She'll work high and left. Back out top to McKenna Schrader. Bounce pass baseline of Peyton McLaren, now to Kirchhoff. Maddie McLaren left baseline. Skip pass to Schrader on the right wing. She'll launch up a three, no good. Out of bounds. Creston's ball with 5:36 to play here in this fourth quarter. And timeout called by Coach Dan Vargas, and it's a full timeout. We're back in a minute.
Trust the company that...
Hi everyone, this is Tanner from the Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It's free and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can sign you up in-store. Super easy and instant savings. You will still have the fuel saver savings on gas. We're the only store in town committed to giving you the cheapest gas. So when you choose the Atlantic Hy-Vee, you're not just shopping, you're experiencing service, quality, savings, and purpose. And as always, thank you for choosing Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Why is the oxygen tank empty again?
Empty? That's impossible. I just filled it.
You didn't leave the valve open, did ya? How many times do I gotta say it? Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty.
Amy Jo, this isn't rocket science, it's farm science.
Let me guess, acetylene's empty too. Yep, knew it. Funny how the tanks are empty, but someone around here is still full of hot air.
What'd you say?
I said Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts store, has welding supplies. Save the lecture, skip the arguing, and just...
5:36 to play. Trojans up 35-33 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. The throw-in. Bailey in the backcourt against that full-court Trojan press. She'll give it off to Turner. Still in the backcourt. Pass ahead. Almost stolen by Williams. Tussey secures it for Creston. Then she throws it away. Maddie McLaren with a steal. Pass ahead to Schrader. High and right, and she knocked it out of bounds. Just pass just a little bit too far ahead of Schrader. McKenna made a nice effort to run it down, and now the Panthers will have it with 5:19 to go here in the game. Atlantic up 35-33 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Cadley Bailey back out top. Ella Turner, she'll launch it ahead. That pass is too strong, but Tussey runs it down for Creston. Now in the deep right corner in trouble. Timeout, Coach Neubauer, as Tussey had some issues in that deep right corner. Back in 30 seconds.
Their life building well.
At Greg Young, we don't just sell vehicles, we help you find the perfect one. Our extensive dealership network allows for amazing pricing and better vehicle selection. Plus, get a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with a new or used vehicle purchase, oil changes, tire rotations, and peace of mind on us. That's how Greg Young celebrates 25 years. Visit GregYoungAtlantic.com today.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Limits apply. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to Creston. The Panthers will throw it in. 5:08 to play. Atlantic up 35-33 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Cadley Bailey has it poked out of her hands by Madison McLaren. Jillian Satoff, the 5'9" junior, will come in for Zoe Kirchhoff. So Satoff, Schrader, Maddie McLaren, Peyton McLaren, and Katrina Williams in for Atlantic. Bailey back out top to Turner. Then Rink left side to Tussey. She'll fire a deep three, aired it out, and out of bounds. It'll be Trojans basketball. Peyton McLaren will throw it in. Atlantic by 2, 35-33, 4:53 to play in the game on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Trojans took a lead in that third quarter. 33-26. Up by 2, Schrader for 3, missed the shot. Rebound tied up between Williams and Turner with 4:40 to go. So Turner will throw it in via the arrow on a jump ball. And the Panthers have Turner in there with Holland Reek, Cadley, Bailey, Picorni, and Tussey. They're 5 starters. Here's Holland Reek with the ball. On the left wing, Turner will run the point now for the Panthers against Maddie McLaren. Pass to Bailey, right side to Reek. Reek on the dribble, dribbles through traffic. High and left. Creston down by a pair, right side to Brent Tussey. Tussey on the dribble against that Trojan zone. Baseline, Cadley, Bailey on the drive, stops, pops, no. Rebound, Satoff for Atlantic. Great rebound for Jillian. The kick out to Peyton McLaren. She'll bring it across the half-court line. 4:08 to go here in this fourth quarter. Atlantic by a pair. Pass high and right to McKenna Schrader, down to Satoff on the right baseline. Satoff, skip pass, wide open McLaren left side. She put up a wild shot and goes out of bounds. Creston's ball. Boy, Satoff had a great look across the court, and Peyton couldn't quite finish. Tussey out, and Marley Stalker in for Creston. Stalker, just a sophomore at 5'7", had 5 key points in that second quarter. Panthers with the ball back. Under 4 to go. Atlantic up by 2 with 35-33. Cadley Bailey, top of the circle. Lobs it left baseline to Reek. Reek brings out the left wing. And the steal by Schrader. Inside to McLaren. Shot, no, and a foul called on Holland Reek. Nice job by Schrader on the sideline. Got the steal with a tightrope. Got it away to Maddie McLaren. She laid it up and missed the shot, but drew the foul on Madison McLaren. The freshman will shoot a pair here. Atlantic on the night, 5 for 6 shooting free throws. And Madison McLaren's first of 2 off the front iron. 35-33, Atlantic by 2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Madison McLaren, second free throw coming up. 55% free throw shooter. She's 22 of 51 now. Second free throw is in flight, and it is good. Atlantic up by 3, 36-33 here in this fourth quarter. 3.5 to play. Panthers with it. Ella Turner across the timeline. Works down the right side. Cut off by Satoff. And kicks it inside to McCorney. Layup good. Creston now within 1. 36-35, Atlantic by 1. Trojans the front court with 3:10 to go here in the game. Baseline to Maddie McLaren. Back door to Williams. Layup up, and it is no good. Rebound Satoff. Kick out to Schrader. Long 2, no good. Rebound Creston. Stalker to Reek. To Bailey, right baseline. She'll fire up her 3 for the lead. Missed the shot. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Atlantic. Creston's ball with 2:51 to play. 36-35 Trojans on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Holland Reek will throw it in. Holland looks out top to Bailey. Now she'll get this inside to Ella Turner. Turner on the drive. Shot, no. We got a foul called on Maddie McLaren. So now Turner will go to the free throw line. She can put the Panthers in the lead here with 2:48 to go. Maddie McLaren, just her first foul. So here we go. Turner, first of 2 for the tie. Here it is, no good. Turner with 6 points in the game. 2 for 3 for the line. Still 36-35, Atlantic, second free throw for Ella Turner coming up. 2:48 to play. Here's the free throw on the way. We're tied. Ella Turner hits the second free throw. 36-36 on Turner's free throw. Atlantic in the front court. Tie game with 2:40 to play. On the Seed Pro scoreboard, Kirchhoff left baseline to Maddie McLaren. Guarded by Picorni on the left corner. She'll bring it back out. Work it out top of the circle. Leaves it out to Schrader, high and right. Back baseline to Maddie McLaren into Satoff. High block to Kirchhoff. She'll take it down the lane. Layup up, no good. Rebound, Creston. Picorni got a key rebound. Kick out to Reek. Reek on the move, the front court. Wild shot, no good. A whistle. We got a foul called Atlantic here. And that'll be 3 on the Trojans here in this fourth quarter with 2:13 to go. 36-36 and Holland Reek at the line. Reek with 5 points, her first free throw attempt here of the evening. She's shooting about 57% from the line. Free throw is up, and it is good for the senior. Key free throw for the Panthers. Now Creston regains a lead. 37-36 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. 2:13 to play. Atlantic has not made a field goal here in this fourth quarter. Reek makes them both. 2 key free throws for Holland Reek. 38-36, Panthers by 2 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Atlantic in the front court, 2:07 to play. High and right, Peyton McLaren, double dribble. Trojans turn it over. Panthers get the ball back with a 2-point advantage with 2:03 left. 38-36 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Ella Turner will throw it in after the timeout from Atlantic head coach Dan Vargas in the back in 30.
Our mission is to be your business partner.
You wouldn't put just anything in your engine. At Olson's BP, we provide BP superior fuels to keep your car running at its best. But what about the driver? Olson's BP is your keep-you-going store, and we've got the high-quality fuel you need at Godfather's Pizza Express. This January, we're helping you go further for less. Buy any large pizza and get half off any side. Pair that with thick crust pizza with wings or cheese sticks and save big. Stop by Olson's BP for superior fuels and Godfather's Pizza, a pizza you...
2:03 to play. The Panthers up 38-36. Atlantic led 33-31 after 3 quarters. The Panthers outscoring the Trojans 7-3 here in the fourth. Inbounds to Cadley Bailey. Creston has it with that 2-point lead over the near side to Reek. 1:57 to play. Reek double team will try to dribble out of traffic. Lobs it wide open. Picorni down low. The ball off her fingertips out of bounds. Atlantic will get the ball back with 1:49 to go. And McLean will throw it in to Schrader. McKenna Schrader will bring it across the half-court line. 1:45, 1:44 to go. Landing down by 2. Kirchhoff to Williams, high post. Back to Schrader. She'll fire up the 3. God! Schrader hits a big 3. 39-38, Atlantic takes a 1-point lead on the 3-point shot by Schrader. And now Kirchhoff tips out of bounds for Atlantic. McKenna Schrader with 2 threes. She has 8 points in the game. That's about her average for the season. Average about 9 a game. And Schrader with 27 threes of the season. Panthers with the ball down by 1. Ella Turner, top of the circle. Dribbles to the free throw line. Fires a 15-footer. She knocks it down. And the Panthers take the lead 40-39. Ella Turner with a big basket. Trojans to the front. High and right to McLaren. Schrader fires a 3 again. God! Oh, man! Schrader comes up big. 42-40 Atlantic with a lead. 55 seconds to play. And the Panthers. Oh, they didn't turn it over. They knocked it out of bounds. They're going to give it to Creston. It looked like it went off a Trojan player evidently. Panthers having it down. 42-40 Atlantic. 53 seconds to go with the lead. Panthers baseline toss in. Reek to Turner, left baseline. Guarded by Schrader. Inside the block, inside of a corner. We've got a hustle for it. Atlantic gets the ball on the turnover. 44 seconds to play. Atlantic gets the ball back on the turnover. We're down to 40 seconds to play. 42-40 Atlantic with a 2-point lead. Bounce pass to Peyton McLaren, high and right. Back out top to Schrader, 30 seconds to play. Schrader back right side to Peyton McLaren. 18 on the shot clock. To Schrader, high and right, back to McLaren. On the drive, and we've got a whistle, travel call on Peyton McLaren with 23 seconds to go. So the Panthers get the ball back on the turnover. And the pass into Cadley Bailey, 20 seconds to play. Cadley Bailey in the backcourt. Toss ahead to Turner. Now to Reek, baseline Picorni. She'll fire up the 3. God! Oh man, Picorni hits a huge 3. And the Panthers take the lead, 6 seconds to go. 43-42 Kirchhoff. 3 seconds, 2's got to get rid of it. Shot by Schrader at the buzzer. Good! It's good! It's good! Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Schrader hits the three at the buzzer. Oh, man, Atlantic wins 45-43. Unbelievable. Schrader did it again. What a job by Schrader. 3 threes in the fourth quarter. She had 11 points in the fourth quarter. She finishes with 14. And Atlantic, I mean, that couldn't have been more than a tenth of a second on the release by Schrader, and she knocks it down. And Atlantic goes to 5-2 in the conference now, all by themselves. In third place, McKenna Schrader with the three-point shot at the buzzer. Post-game show coming up, brought to you by Cass Health.
You wouldn't put just anything in your engine. At Olson's BP, we provide BP superior fuels to keep your car running at its best. But what about the driver? Olson's BP is your keep-you-going store, and we've got the high-quality fuel you need at Godfather's Pizza Express. This January, we're helping you go further for less. Buy any large pizza and get half off any side. Pair that with thick crust pizza with wings or cheese sticks and save big. Stop by Olson's BP for superior fuels and Godfather's Pizza, a pizza you can't refuse.
What a finish by the Trojans. McKenna Schrader. McCorney thought she was going to be the hero with her three-point shot. And then Schrader buries one at the buzzer to win 45-43 Atlantic. Schrader with 14. Zoe Kirchhoff had 6. Maddie McLaren for Atlantic ended up with a 3 of 4. She had 10 in the ball game for the Trojans. I'm going to double check that. Yeah, McLaren had 7 points in the first half, 9-10. Peyton McLaren ended up with 4 points. And Katrina Williams, your inside presence, had 1 point in the first quarter. She had 5 at halftime, and she finished up with the 11 points. Atlantic with the win, 45-43 on Schrader's three-point basket. Let's take a look at Creston. Cadley Bailey, who averages 23 a game, ended up the evening. She had 2, 3, 6, 7. She had 11 points, as she was held way down in the ball game. Alvin Reek with 5, 7 points. And Braylee Picorni had that big 3 in the fourth quarter. She had 5, she had 7 points. Ella Turner ended up with 2, 4, 6, 9 points in the game. Marley Stalker ended up with 5 for Creston. And Jensen Tussey had 2. What a ball game. Atlantic wins it 45-43 on a buzzer beater by McKenna Schrader. Boys game coming up next. We'll have pregame with Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken. That's next on a KS 95.7 FM. Our postgame show brought to you by Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Welcome back to Creston, 45-43. We catch our breath as Atlantic won an end. Picorni put the Panthers up. Atlantic had just under 10 seconds to get the ball up the floor. They head across the timeline at 6. By the time they got to Schrader, it was just, she just got rid of it. And the lights went off on the board, but the officials wasted no time. There's no argument. It definitely was in. And Atlantic able to win this one 45-43 over the Creston Panthers here tonight. Well, the boys game coming up. Atlantic sweeps the Panthers in a couple of wild ones here this season. Well, they won the first one 54-51. That went into overtime. And they get this one on the road. Atlantic 4 straight wins now. And they go to 10-7 on the season with St. Albert coming up on Friday night. And what a ball game. And what a clutch shot by Schrader. She does that a lot. And she had 4 threes tonight. She has 29 threes so far on the season. A wild one there. Well, the boys game coming up next, and we had a chance to catch up with Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken. The Trojans coming off a nice week last week. They won 2 straight over Red Oak and then Clark. And they beat Creston the first time around on December 12th, 60-52. We're getting set for round number 2. Our Coaches Show brought to you by McAtee Tire. We're back with a visit with head coach Dalton Franken coming up.
First Winnie Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Boys basketball coach Dalton Franken on the McAtee Tire Coaches Show. Trojans and the Panthers warming up for this Hawkeye 10 Conference boys basketball game. Get a good week for the Trojans. A win on Tuesday over Red Oak, another big win on Thursday, and a road trip to Osceola to take on Clark Community. And Trojans win 72-60 on Tuesday at home, and on the road 77-47 over Clark. Coach Franken, you got to be pretty happy with the way this team performed, and you're getting some big numbers put up. Your freshman puts up close to 30 on Tuesday, and you got Cale Jensen comes back on Thursday. Your senior puts up 29 points. You're getting the L with 72 on Tuesday and 77 on Thursday. Let's talk about that and talk about that offensive output first of all, and defense not too bad either.
Yeah, obviously the offensive efficiency was there for us this past week, and just a testament to our guys. You know, they're getting out and pushing in transition to get as many easy buckets as we can. And both games, Tuesday against Red Oak and Thursday night against Clark, we dominated the paint. That's where it all started for us. And our rebounding was great, which, you know, when you're rebounding the ball well, you're giving yourself opportunities to get out and transition. So, and we had, you know, Tuesday night, Benny gave us the spark offensively with that 28 points, which was fantastic. And just very happy with how aggressive Benny's been playing. He doesn't have any fear out there, and gave us great minutes this past week. And then, yeah, Benny gave us 28 on Tuesday, and then Cale gave us 29 on Thursday against Clark, and Gavin had 15, and Benny had 15 for us. So they didn't really have an answer for Cale and Gavin inside on Thursday at Clark. So our guys did a great job of looking for them and getting them the ball in positions to be able to score, and they did a great job sealing in transition and being aggressive and making quick moves when they got the ball, so they're into their moves before the help's getting there. So I thought our ball movement and stuff was great this week. Ball movement, spacing, and just overall it was a great week for us. The boys had a great week and played well, so very happy for them.
Yeah, Clark, coach, you held the Clark community to just 4 points in that fourth quarter. How'd you do it?
I think that's just a testament to our guys playing with pace all night. We really wanted to make sure we were rebounding the ball well and getting out and pushing in transition, and even on made baskets, getting that thing inbounded as quick as we can and getting the ball up the floor, put pressure on them. So I think we did. I think we wore them out a little bit, and that had something to do with them only scoring 4 in the fourth quarter, and our defense got better in the second half as well. So just a combination of those two things there. I think we wore them down a little bit, and our defensive intensity picked up as the game went on, which was great to see. So was a good all-around effort from the guys on Thursday to cap off a 2-0 week for us.
Yeah, Cale Jensen, he scored 29. I know he's an inside guy, likes to attack and get to the free throw line. How did he pile up that many points last Thursday night?
Yeah, he did. Cale was doing a great job running in transition, and we've been stressing to him and Gavin both to sprint down the floor in transition and seal in transition as well, so we can, if we can get them, we can get a paint touch for them early in the possession before the defense is set. That's how we want to start our offensive possessions if we can. So Cale did a great job of that, and he was also again, he's really good with his angles and holding his timing of his seals in the post are very good. He gets his seal with great timing on when the wing players are getting the ball in their hands on the reversals and giving them clean looks for entry passes. So he worked his butt off down there, and so did Gavin as well. But Kale was they had, like I said earlier, they had a tough time matching up with both those guys, and credit to our guards getting the ball into the post and looking for them and identifying those mismatches, and then Kale was finishing down there, and we just kept going to him. So he had a huge night for us.
Coach, talk about Creston.
Yeah, they're playing really good basketball right now. They've been in a bunch of close games here the past couple weeks, and the Driscoll kid is as good a guard as there is in the conference. He's a big, strong kid, so he's tough to match up with. He can score at all three levels. He can post up smaller guards. He's got a mid-range jumper he can go to, and he shoots it well from the perimeter as well. So he puts pressure on your defense at all three levels. He's averaging just over 17 points a game for them. So obviously he's a big piece for them, and we need to make things really, really hard on him. Make sure we want him to have to take a lot of shots to get his points. And then we got to make sure we're rebounding the ball well. And they typically like to slow it down a little bit. So it's going to be really important for us to get stops defensively and rebound the ball really well, so we can get out in transition and push the pace of the game and play at the pace that we want to play. If we're getting stops defensively and rebounding the ball well, we'll be able to get out and go, which is how we prefer to play. So it's going to be really important for us to get off to a good start so we can keep their crowd out of it and not let them get momentum early in the game. We had pretty darn close to 2 complete performances here Tuesday and Thursday, and I think that's just a testament to our defense and our rebounding. Typically leads to a lot of good things offensively for us. So we just got to continue to lean on our defense and our rebounding. Our guards are doing a great job rebounding the basketball right now. Along, with Kale and Gavin, they're doing what they always do, rebounding the heck out of it. But when our guards are engaged defensively and contributing to the rebounding for us, that was the difference in my opinion. Was our guards really stepped up their rebounding this week, and that really helped us.
Awesome. Coach, thank you so much. Always appreciate you and your time. And
thanks, Tom.
We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off brought to you by the First Whitney Bank. Coming up here in a moment on KS 95.7 FM and our live video stream.
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Byard, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the
set for the boys game. Atlantic won the first go around, as we mentioned, with Coach Franken, 60-52. And now we have round number 2 here as the Panthers led by Rhett Driscoll, averaging 17.1 a game coming in. Atlantic getting some really good offense from Benny McLaren. He'll start tonight, the freshman, who last week had 28 points and then had 15 on Thursday. But Cale Jensen, he was the guy on Thursday night. He finished up with 29 points. The Atlantic with wins over Red Oak and then Clark. And now taking on Creston here tonight in round number 2. This will count as a conference basketball game here this evening. Again, in the conference slate, they only count one game they played in Lewis Central. And Kemper lead the Hawkeye 10 conference with unblemished records so far. LC 8-0, Kemper 6-0. The Knights are 13-3 overall, and Lewis Central 10-3. St. Albert in third at 5-1 in the conference, 13-3. Glenwood at fourth at 7-2 and 9-4. Shenandoah fifth at 4-3 and 9-6. Atlantic and Red Oak are tied for sixth at 2-4 in the conference. And Atlantic is 4-10, Red Oak 5-10. Actually, Red Oak is 3-6 along with Clarinda. They're 2-6. So Atlantic in 6th place all by themselves. Creston 1-5, Harlan 1-6, and Genesis Sleswig 0-6 in conference play. So it's LC and Kemper tied for the lead. Then St. Albert 3rd, Glenwood 4th, Shenandoah 5th. Atlantic is 6th. Red Oak and Clarinda tied for 7th. Creston 8th, Harlan 9th, and Denison Sleswig round out the 10. Monarchs haven't won a conference game. They're 0-6 and 3-11 in all games. Coach Frank going to give last second instructions to his basketball team as we're getting set for the boys game here tonight on our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com, TV, and YouTube. It's powered by Nishnanet. I want to thank our coaches, show sponsor McAtee Tire and Service, our headquarters for all of your automotive repairs, and Goodyear Tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic. Starting lineups are coming up here for Atlantic. They're going to start Gage Gross at a guard, a 5'10 junior. Gross averaging just shy of 4 points a game. Hudson McLaren will get a start for Atlantic. He's been a solid starter for the Trojans. He's averaging 6'6 a game. Hudson, a 6'1 senior. Sawyer Terrell, a 6-foot senior, starting for Atlantic. Sawyer Terrell averaging 4.3. Benny McLaren, a 5'11 freshman, getting a start for Atlantic, averaging 5.8. And his older brother, Gavin McLaren, a 6'1 senior, leads the team in scoring at 14 points a contest. For the Creston Panthers, they'll start Rhett Driscoll, a 6'3 junior, averaging 17 a game. Gil Barton, a 6'1 senior, averaging 4 points. C.T. Stalker, averaging right at 2.75, a 6'4 senior. Nathan Carroll, a 5'10 senior. And Nathan Carroll averaging 3 points a game. And Tanner Ray rounds out the starters for the Panthers, a 6-foot junior, averaging 5.17 points a contest. Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken, assisted by Jeremy Blake, Zach Christensen, J.C. Hoig. Bryce Schaefer, head coach for the Panthers, assisted by Chris Tibbles and Drew Dornack, the assistant coaches for Creston. Tip-off coming up. It's brought to you by the First Whitney Bank, a local bank, the only bank you'll ever need, First Whitney Bank.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Creston. We get set for the boys' game. Atlantic winning the girls' game with a buzzer beater by McKenna Schrader. We give Atlantic that 2-point lead, a 3-point shot by Schrader. She had 4 threes in the game. What an ending for the Trojans. We'll talk to head coach Dan Vargason here at halftime. Well, here we go. The Trojans come out of their black uniforms with their gold numbers and gold trim. Creston, white uniforms, red numbers, red trim. Cale Jensen will jump it up against C.T. Stalker, a 6'4 senior. Jensen, a 6'4 senior. Atlantic moving left to right on your TV and on the radio. Creston right to left. Here's the jump ball in the air, controlled by Jensen. But the Panthers come up with a Tanner Ray, though, off his knee out of bounds. Atlantic gets the ball back. Ray was on the move to the front court. That ball just ricocheted off his left knee. And the Trojans have the ball to start the game 5 seconds in. Cale Jensen will throw it in. A full court press put on by the Panthers. Benny McLaren ahead to Cale Jensen. Right baseline. Atlantic sets up in the half-court offense, and the Panthers in a 1-2-2 zone. McLaren to Sawyer Terrell, left wing, back to Hudson McLaren at the top of the circle off the screen. And we got a whistle and a foul called. Looks like it's going to be on Tanner Ray of the Panthers, so Atlantic will throw it in. Hudson McLaren will toss it in for the Trojans. Just underway here in this one. Terrell takes the inbounds. Back to Hudson McLaren, top of the circle. Inside of Gavin. Giving it a go to Cale, and a steal by Barton for Creston, but he stepped out of bounds. Atlantic gets the ball back. Hudson McLaren will throw it in along the baseline. Right side of his basket. Left side as we look at it. Into Gavin McLaren, low block. He'll muscle one up. No good. Rebound, Cale Jensen. And it's tipped out. It's picked up by Stalker. He'll take it down the lane. Lays it up and in. Panthers up 2-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And we've got a whistle. The Trojans with the foul. That was Gab McLaren. And the Panthers have the ball with a 2-0 lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. They'll toss it in with Nathan Carroll. Back out top to Rhett Driscoll. Leading the team in scoring. Averaging 17 a game. And the Panthers tossed out of bounds. Last touch by Atlantic. So Barton with a field goal to put the Panthers up 2-0. And they have the basketball. The throw-in by Nathan Carroll from the left baseline. Left side of his basket. Gets it in high and right to Stalker. Back to Carroll. He'll fire the three. No good. Long rebound. Tanner Ray off his fingertips. Cale Jensen comes up with the Trojans. He'll bring it across the half-court line. Stalker picks him up at the top of the circle. Hudson McLaren loops it to Sawyer Terrell. Terrell driving in, out top Gavin. He'll fire up the three. No good off the front iron. Rebound, Benny McLaren. He'll launch the triple. No good. And the Panthers come up with the rebound. Rhett Driscoll. Rhett to the free throw line. Down inside the block. Lobs it way out top. Here's a three by Carroll. Good. Carroll knocked it down. And the Panthers take a 5-0 lead. Atlantic against the full court pressure. Hudson the backcourt for Trojans. Pass ahead to Benny McLaren. High and left. Benny on the drive. Out of control. Ball is loose. Gavin comes up with it. Puts it back up and in. Gavin with a two. 5-2 Panthers. They're in a hurry. They'll bring it to Nathan Carroll. On the low block. Back out top to Rhett Driscoll. High and left. Driscoll on the drive. Stops. Pops a short two. No. Terrell rebound for Atlantic. Under 6 to go, first quarter to Gab McLaren. He'll take it down the right baseline. Nice jump stop, layup, good! And he draws the foul. Just like that, the Trojans down a 4-0 run. And Gab McLaren with the 2 and 1. He can put this game tied here. We get the free throw with 5:49 to go here in this first quarter. Makes the free throw. He's got a nice touch for a big guy. We're tied at 5-5. Atlantic on a 5-0 run. With 5:46 to go in the first quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Panthers ball. Driscoll across the timeline on the dribble. He'll reset left to Nathan Carroll. Carroll on the drive. Baseline stops. Guarded by Gab McLaren. Kicks it out top to Stalker. Stalker inside the block. The ball tapped away by Terrell. Picked up by Gab McLaren. Turnover Creston. Lining in the front court with Hudson McLaren. Left baseline. Terrell for three. No good. Rebound. Barton for the Panthers, and he'll bring it across the half-court line. 5:17 to go in the first quarter. Rhett Driscoll on the drive. Down low to Barton. A reverse layup up and good. Cale Barton. He has 4. 7-5 Panthers Atlantic. Cale Jensen ahead to Hudson McLaren across the timeline. Cale across to Sawyer Terrell over to Benny McLaren. Benny drives baseline, stops and pops. No. Rebound comes off to Cale Barton for Creston. 4:50 to go first. Tanner Ray down the left side. Back out top to Rhett Driscoll, yet to score. Driscoll finds the same, slithers in, stops, pops, no, short. Gavin McLaren rebound, but he stepped out of bounds. Good hustle by Gavin McLaren, though. 4:39 to go. Nathan Carroll will throw it in for the Panthers, right side of his basket underneath. Out to Ray, left baseline. Tanner Ray out top to Stalker. Stalker the free throw line, right baseline. Barton for three. Good! Barton off to a tremendous start. And the Panthers open up a 10-5 lead in the first quarter. Into Gab McLaren, layup up and good. Gavin keeping Atlantic close. Has all the points for Trojans. He has 7. Panthers by 3, 7-10-7. The Panthers want to control the tempo, according to Coach Franken. Kind of keep it slowed down, but they've run at a quick pace here as they miss the 3. And we've got a whistle. We're going to have a foul called on Bennett McLaren. Panthers are running. Atlantic wants to run. The Panthers usually try to slow that pace down, but they're rolling in transition. They bring in 4 new players to the Panthers. Barrett Lane comes in. Jackson Schaefer is in. Jackson Jondal is in as well. So 4 players come in. They leave Rhett Driscoll in. Breaking for the basket is Schaefer. They'll kick it out top to Jondal. He loses the handle, steal by Terrell. Terrell back out to Gab McLaren, top of the circle. He'll take it down inside, over to Cale Jensen, and they knock it out of bounds. Creston's ball. 3:54 to go here in this first quarter, the Seed Pros scoreboard. Panthers on the dribble, Schaefer. And the Panthers throw it away. They wanted to go over to Rhett Driscoll. And Lane threw it away. Trojans have it. Down by 3 with 3:47 to play in the first quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Hudson McLaren across the half-court line, works high and left. High post McLaren. Terrell, baseline Ben McLaren. Benny McLaren shot up, no good. Rebound comes off to the Panthers. Aiden Purdom with the board. They'll whip the ball left side to Jondal. Jondal back out top to Driscoll. 3:24 to go in the first. 10-7 to Panthers. Driscoll off the screen, angles right of the dribble. That goes inside. Turnaround, a jumper by Lane. No good. Rebound Terrell. Lanik on the move to the front. Bounce pass Jensen, high and right. Gab McLaren, skip pass to Benny McLaren. He'll fire up the 3, no good. Rebound Gavin, putback is up and no good. He gets the board again, putback is good. 10-9, all 9 scored by the big guy, Gavin McLaren. 2:54 to go in the first quarter. Creston with the ball in the front court. Rhett Driscoll with it, top of the circle. Guarded by Hudson McLaren, he reaches in and fouls. So it's going to be Creston's ball out of bounds. That's the 3rd foul on Atlantic in the first quarter, 2:47 to go. Gage Gross comes in for Benny McLaren, the freshman. Starters back in for Atlantic now as a throw-in by Driscoll. He'll kick it out top. Barrett Lane. Now Driscoll. Drives inside. Runner on the glass. No. Rebound Gab McLaren to Gross. Goes high and right. Out top to Hudson McLaren. Baseline. Terrell McLaren. Gross. Free throw line. Out to Hudson McLaren. Baseline. Cale Jensen. Out top to Gross. Driving. Hudson. Baseline. Terrell. 12 on the shot clock. Terrell drives and he's fouled. Driving inside by Barrett Lane. With 10 seconds of the shot clock. 2:14 to go first quarter. So Gab McLaren has all of the Trojans 9. And now Sawyer Terrell at the free throw line, the 6-foot senior. First free throw is good. We're tied at 10. Terrell with the free throw can put the Trojans in the lead here. Second free throw is good. Terrell puts Atlantic up 11-10 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Panthers ball. Driscoll across the timeline. Pass left wing. Work the ball to Schaefer. Back out top to Jondal. Baseline Driscoll for 3. No good off the heel. Rebound Gab McLaren for Atlantic. Under 2 to go in the first quarter. Pass ahead of Hudson McLaren. Hudson drives in. Terrell left baseline. Gets it out top to Gage Gross. He'll fire a deep 3. No good. Rebound. Cale Jensen. Putback is up and no good. And the ball snagged by the Panthers. Jondal with the rebound. They'll hand the ball to Rhett Driscoll high and right. 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Atlantic up by 1, 11-10 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Here's Driscoll driving, stops and fires. No good. And rebound McLaren. A foul's going to be called to the Panthers. That's going to be 4 on Creston. Barrett Lane, the 6'5 junior, called for the foul. And back in Stalker, Ray, and Barrett. Driscoll gets a break. Jondal stays in. Atlantic's basketball. Again, the full court up. They're going to back it off here a little bit. They are going to have Schaefer up top. Here comes Hudson McLaren across. Sawyer Terrell back to Hudson high and left. Off the screen, now to Gross. Hudson, top of the circle. Back to Gross, top of the key. One dribble, back left side, Hudson McLaren. He'll fire up a three, no good. Rebound ripped down by Jondal. And the kick out to Barton. Barton, left baseline on the move is Purdom. Ray, short J, good. Tanner Ray got it. Quick to pass, just right side, and Creston back up by 1, 12-11. Atlantic in the front court. Gab McLaren almost had it stolen away by Ray. 40 seconds to go, first quarter. 25 on the shot clock. Hudson McLaren lobs over to Terrell, high and right. Back to McLaren. He'll swing it left to Gross. Goes to McLaren. Hudson pulls up, drives in. Shot up, no. Rebound, Cale Jensen. Back out top to Gross. Gross driving, runner short. Rebound pulled down by Stalker for the Panthers, and a foul called on Atlantic. And that'll leave 4 on the Trojans here in this first quarter. 20 seconds to go. Out comes Purdom. And out is Jondal. Barton's in there now with Nathan Carroll, Tanner Ray, Rhett Driscoll. Stalker throws it in the backcourt. 17 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Panthers by a point, 12-11. Driscoll, top of the circle, lose the ball. Jensen with a steal. 8 seconds driving and knocked it out of bounds by Driscoll. 5 seconds to go as Cale tried to go across the lane on the transition, and Driscoll kicked out of bounds. Trojans have just under 6 seconds to get the ball in. The hoop here, way out top, and Driscoll with the steal. 3 seconds, 2 drives in, layup is good. At the buzzer, the Panthers take a 14-11 lead as Rhett Driscoll picks up his first basket of the first quarter. We're back right after these.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Want your back at the shop? We talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Ball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Creston, a fresh 8 of the board. We start the second quarter. Panthers up 14-11. Atlantic took a lead in that first quarter momentarily, 11-10. Panthers able to close it out, 14-11. Atlantic's basketball. Terrell high and right, baseline to Bennett McLaren. Back out to Hudson McLaren, baseline. Corbin Ritter now in the game, and the ball knocked out by Tanner Ray. So Corbin Ritter in the game was Hudson McLaren, Sawyer Terrell, Benny McLaren, and Gavin McLaren. Hudson will throw it in, baseline to Ritter. Ritter guarded by Ray, squeaks it out top. Hudson McLaren to Terrell, baseline Benny McLaren, back to Terrell. Hudson, top of the circle, wide open, fires a triple, good! Hudson McLaren rattles it home for Atlantic, and we're tied at 14. Panthers to the front, Nathan Carroll, top of the circle. Atlantic in a man defense. Gab McLaren on Nathan Carroll. Carroll drives. Good help defense by Ritter. Is the foul called on Gab McLaren. That'll be his second. Away for the ball. Panthers will throw it in. On the baseline, Rhett Driscoll will toss it in. Rhett with 2 points, averaging 17. Gil Barton led the Panthers with 7 of that first quarter. Barton into Stalker. Stalker inside the lane. Hook shot is good. Nice move by C.T. Stalker. Panthers back up 16-14 the Seed Pros scoreboard. Little scoop shot from the right side. Atlantic in the front, inside to Gab McLaren. He's triple teamed. He'll muscle up and in. Gab McLaren, there's no answer for him. Creston has no answer for Gavin McLaren here in this first half. Barton for 3 at the other end. He can't get it to go, and Ritter had the rebound. Ray took it away. Now we've got a whistle. And Ray stepped out. Atlantic will have the ball. Cale Jensen back in for Ritter. Molia will come in for Atlantic. Gavin McLaren gets a break with 2 fouls, 6:54 to go in the second quarter. We're tied at 16-16, the Steve Pro score, but Atlantic can take the lead here. McLaren throws it away. Here's Barton. Fall-away jumper from short range, no good. Rebound, Barton. He'll put it back out top. Driscoll for 3, no. Molia with the rebound for Atlantic. And a foul called on CT Stalker. Good job by Molia, the 6'4 senior. 6:36 to play, first half, 16-16 tie. Hudson McLaren will throw it in. Sawyer Terrell back to Hudson to bring it across the half-court line. Hudson McLaren ahead to Benny McLaren. Back out top to Hudson. Top of the circle, high and right to Benny McLaren. He'll drive in. And there's a foul. Oh, he called traveling. Looked like maybe Barton might have got a body on him, but the Panthers get the ball back. 6:24 to go in the second quarter. 16-16 ball game. Panthers led 14-11 after 1. Trojans get that 3-point shot from Hudson McLaren. Red Driscoll with it left wing for Creston to back out to Barton. CT Stalker handles the top of the circle. Leaves it off for Ray. Back out to Carroll. Carroll top of the key. Driving at 10-17 the shot clock. Over to Ray. Nice cut off of the Trojans in the paint. Neil Barton high and right on the move. Leaves it off. Stalker, baseline right, cut off by Jensen. Good half-court defense by Atlantic. Pass out top to Carroll. He'll launch a 3. No good. Rebound, Jensen. No, Ray takes it away. He turns and puts it up and in. 18-16 Panthers. Ray with 4. Atlantic to the front. Hudson McLaren, left baseline. Benny McLaren, 4-3. No good. Molia rebounds for the Trojans. Out top, Sawyer Terrell to Hudson McLaren. Left baseline, Benny McLaren on the baseline drive. Layup up, and it is good. Nice drive by Benny McLaren. Tied at 18. Panthers front court. 5:13 to go in the second quarter. Red Driscoll high and right, goes to baseline. Loops it inside to Stalker. Layup good. He was wide open 4 for Stalker in this stanza. 20-18 Panthers. Atlantic within the front court, under 5 to play, second quarter. They'll pass it to Molia, high and right. He was wide open. He'll take it inside. Layup is good. Molia with the 2 for Atlantic. Trojans tied up at 20-20. Panthers have it front court. Cale Barton back out top to Nathan Carroll. Cale, he'll swing it left. Brett Driscoll fires a triple. No. Rebound to Cale Jensen. We've got a foul, I believe, called on Creston with 4:30 to go. I checked that. I think it's just going to be a violation on the Panthers stepping out of bounds. Landon Shearer comes in. Landon Shearer gets some playing time off the bench along with Jondal. And also Schaefer back in. Jackson Schaefer in. Gross left side to Terrell, back to Gross at the top. Terrell left wing, inside to Jensen. And the Trojans turn it over. The Panthers will throw it in. We're tied at 20-20 with 4:18 to play in the first half. Nathan Carroll comes out. Schaefer is in. Shearer is in. Jondal is in. Driscoll has the ball. And Barrett Lane is in. They go left wing to Shearer. Baseline, back out top. They work the ball to Red Driscoll on the drive. Nice cut off by Sawyer Terrell. Almost got the steal. Ball loose. And we've got a whistle. We got a foul called, I believe, on Terrell. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. So it's going to be Schaefer to throw it in for the Panthers. 20-20. We're tied here in the second quarter. The pass into Barrett Lane. Now we got another whistle. Foul away from the ball. Who's this on? That's on Gavin McLaren. How many is Adam McLaren? That's 3 on him now. He's got to come out, and in comes Hudson McLaren. So the Panthers will throw it in from the baseline. Jackson Schaefer, the 6'1 sophomore, will be the trigger man. He looks out top to Driscoll. Driscoll will drive inside the block. Fall away Jay from 14. No. Rebound Hudson McLaren for Atlantic. We're tied at 20. Pass ahead. Stolen away by the Panthers. John with a steal. Shearer. Driscoll. Layup. Good. Foul Atlantic. The and one for Red Driscoll. 22-20. Driscoll with 4, and he'll have the and one. And the Panthers up by 2 at 22-20 the Seed Pro scoreboard. 3:45 to play in the second quarter. Driscoll eyes the rim, spins it up and in. Driscoll with 5. 23-20, Panthers by 3 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Creston drops back and then a half court 1-2-2 zone. Pass right side of Gross. Looks right wing. Benny McLaren into Molia. And we've got a foul called on Driscoll. That's 3 on Creston here in the second quarter. Atlantic with 4. That's 2 on Red Driscoll. Hudson McLaren will throw it in for the baseline. Right side of the basket out to Gross, top of the key. Gross, skip pass, throws it away. Wanted Terrell. We're going to say the out official's not sure. They're going to give it to Creston. Panthers get the ball. They weren't sure on who touched it last. Carroll and Stalker come in. Driscoll and Shearer go out for the Panthers. Creston will throw it in. Barrett Lane, the 6'5 junior, will trigger Atlantic in the half-court D. 3:27 to play first half. Panthers up 23-20 the Seed Pro scoreboard. Carroll off the screen, dribbles in. And the ball knocked out by Molia. Throw in by the Panthers. Schaefer will toss it in for Creston, left side of the right side of his basket. Looking inside, and Carroll, layup is no, blocked by Molia. Molia gets the ball back. We've got a whistle. Foul called on Creston to Nathan Carroll. Good job by Molia. Showed his length, the 6'4 senior. Got the rebound and drew the foul. Atlantic has the ball with 3:14 to go in the second quarter. 23-20, Creston, the Seed Pro scoreboard. Here comes Hudson McLaren across the half-court line on the dribble. Pass to Gross, back to Hudson, top of the key. One dribble back to Gross, high and right. He'll take it down inside, lifts it to Terrell, left baseline, out top to Hudson McLaren. Hudson driving, spinning, shooting down low to Molia. Layup is good. And Molia fouled. Oh, shut Molia. Putting in some good minutes off the bench for Atlantic in the second frame. And he gets the N1, 23-22 Molia. From short range, he has 4 points. And he can tie it up with his free throw. And it's up and it is good. We're tied at 23. Shelton Molia off the bench with 5. And we're tied at 23-23 with 2:54 to play. And out comes Barrett Lane. Driscoll is in there. Jondal is in there. Carroll, Stalker. And Schaefer on the right wing. Stalker screen, Carroll pulls up, kick out top to Schaefer. He'll wing it right side of Jondal. 2:40 to go. Baseline, Carroll driving all the way down inside. Short jumper and up and good by Jondal. Nice assist by Carroll. 25-23 Creston. Atlantic in the front court, out top to Hudson McLaren. Hudson swings it left to Sawyer Terrell. Back to Hudson, top of the circle. Terrell, left side. He'll fire the triple. God! Oh, is that big? Atlantic up 26-25 on the 3 by Terrell. Panthers in the front. They'll go baseline. This is Jondal for 3. No good. Stalker rebound. We got another foul called. With 2:04 to go in the second quarter. Terrell, the guilty party here. Now that's going to be shooting fouls for the Panthers. Cale Barton will check in for Creston. And the free throws coming up for C.T. Stalker. The first free throws here for Creston. Atlantic 3 for 3 for the line. Stalker, a 40% free throw shooter. He's 4 of 10. Free throw is no good. Stalker with 4 points. Terrell out, Jensen in for Atlantic. 26-25, Trojans by 1 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. CT Stalker for the tie. Molya and Jensen will man the inside lanes for Atlantic along the free throw line. Stalker's free throw is no good, but Ray gets the board long. Creston keeps it. Carroll out top. Driscoll to Tanner Ray, high and right. Inside to Stalker, double team. He'll lift it out top to Carroll. Carroll over to Barton. Baseline Ray. Ray for 3. No. Rebound. Run down by Ray and knocked out by Molya. Creston's ball. 1:46 to go, second quarter. Atlantic by 1, 26-25. And a coach, Bryce Schaefer, wants a timeout, and we'll take it with him. We're back in 30 seconds.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Welcome back to Creston. 1:46 to go in the first half. Trojans up 26-25 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Nathan Carroll will throw it in for the baseline for the Panthers after timeout. Into Barton. He'll toss up a 3. Good. Barton. His second 3 of the ball game, and it's 28-26 Panthers by 2. Atlantic in the front. McLaren inside, and a steal by Ray. Panthers on the move. Ray down the lane, lays it up and missed the shot. Oh, wait a minute. Panthers get the layup, but Ray was out of bounds. Atlantic the other end, layup no good, a foul called on the Creston Panthers. Wow, Creston was out of bounds, and they're able to knock it back in. And a wild exchange of events here at the other end. So the score is 30-26, 1:19 to go. Gage Gross will shoot free throws for Atlantic. Gross at the line. First of 2 in the air, and it is no good. Second free throw come up. Atlantic 3 for 4 from the line, 4 for 5, from the line. Still 30-26 Panthers. Second free throw, good by Gage Gross. 30-27 to Creston. Panthers to the front court. Barton drives in the lane. Looks to kick it out. He's been in the lane a long time. Back out top to Rhett Driscoll. There you go. 3 seconds. Good job of the Trojan D. 1:10 to go in the second quarter. Atlantic with the ball in the backcourt. Down 30-27 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Hudson McLaren on the dribble across the half-court line. Against his own defense. Gross, high post ball, baseline, bent McLaren. Oh, the three-point shot was blocked by Ray. Goes out of bounds, fortunate for Atlantic, they'll get the ball. Tanner Ray swooped in and knocked it out. Under a minute to go now in the first half, 57 seconds on the clock. Atlantic keeps the ball with 23, the shot clock into Cale Jensen. Reverse layup is up and God, didn't count it. Jensen gets the bucket and 1. 30-29. And Cale Jensen will get the free throw. That's his first points here in the ball game. He had 28 against Clark, or 29 against Clark last Thursday night. Jensen's trying to cap the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and he does. He's got that line drive free throw. Atlantic ties it at 30-30. Panthers in the front. Tanner Ray down inside to Driscoll. Back out top to Stalker. Now Carroll. He'll swing it left to Tanner Ray. Ray on the drive. Gross cuts him off. Stalker out top. Rhett Driscoll with it. Off the screen. Driscoll over to Barton. Half a minute to go in the half. Off of Driscoll. Picks it back up. Pulls up. Fires a triple. Short. Rebound to Cale Jensen. Atlantic has 20 seconds to get the shot away. It's 30-30 here. 15 seconds to go in the second quarter, 13-12. Baseline, Keel Jensen at 10. Back out to Hudson McLaren at 9. On the dribble at 8. Pulls up to Gross, fires at 6. It is no good. Rebound and knocked out of bounds at 2.8 to go. 30-30. Creston has the basketball out of bounds. It'll be C.T. Stalker to throw it in for Creston. Atlantic will put a full court press on it. Bounce pass to Ray. Ray on the drive, layup up, and it is. They're going to count it? Yes. I believe they're going to count it. 32-30. Panthers with the lead on Tanner Ray's layup at the buzzer. Has 6 points here to end the first half of play. Well, we've got a special guest here. Coach Dan Vargas will join us here at halftime. Head coach for the Atlantic girls, now winning 4 straight games. Our halftime brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, your home for the great Godfather's Pizza.
At Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic, you'll find the latest apparel and promotional products in the newest colors and designs. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports team, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where did you get that?" Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop in today.
Welcome back to halftime, brought to you by Olson's BP, your home for great Godfather's Pizza. A buzzer beater by McKenna Schrader at the end of the game gave Atlantic the win. And now 4-2 in conference play, and third place by yourself. But what a ball game, back and forth throughout. You get that buzzer beater shot, kind of reminiscent of the Creston game the first time around, Coach. But I guess describe the game in your words.
Well, it was really ugly tonight. A lot of turnovers, both teams. I think Katrina Williams had 10 steals for us tonight. She was everywhere doing that. But, you know, we just had too many, especially considering the fact that they sat in a 1-3-1 zone all night, and they weren't overly aggressive. So just a lot of uncharacteristic stuff. But, you know, we haven't seen a lot of the 1-3-1, and we just came out a little bit sloppy, a little bit slow tonight. Took some time to get in a rhythm. The first quarter, our offense wasn't real cohesive. Second quarter, it looked a little bit better. But third quarter, we started to get the ball inside, and then we got the looks we wanted to. But then fourth quarter went back to shooting the three again, and they weren't falling. So that was really something that we needed to do, was get the ball inside, and we didn't do that very well tonight. We kept throwing it in the hands a little bit too much. We weren't driving against the zone. But then defensively, we did a really nice job overall. Yeah. But we just left a couple too many holes in the zone, and they found those. And they got scoring from a little bit of everywhere. So we took away primary score, but unfortunately they got scoring other places tonight. And just fortunately, we're able to get some stops when we needed to and got the big shot when we needed it.
You know, we go back to some things you discussed here several times this season and even last season, too. Your team gets down. I think you had the ball with 6 seconds to go, but there is just no quit in the team. They don't panic. How many times do they come up with a last-second shot this season? What can you say about the resilience of this basketball team?
Well, there's a lot of it. You know, and we've been talking, we've talked about this for 2 years now. One of our core values is adapt and overcome. And look at what's happened with last couple of weeks. We've played without Zoe Kirchhoff. She's been dinged up. She comes back tonight. The other night, Peyton McLaren doesn't feel good, and Jillian Satoff's out. Tonight, Caitlin Hickman's out. She gets hurt in the JV game with a pretty bad injury. And now, you know, we just find a way to win ugly on the road. We hit a buzzer beater 3. And, you know, I don't know what it is. Atlantic and buzzer beaters against Creston right now. That's the third one this calendar year. So, you know, it just feels good coming down here and hitting a buzzer beater. You know, I got Kermit right here with me because, you know, I think this is karma. They stole my Kermit the Frog out of my classroom and they never gave it back. So we got a little Kermit David sculpture up here. So those of you listening from Creston, those of you that stole it out of my classroom, give it back. But I made a new one, and this is karma. Until you give Kermit back, you're going to keep losing. What is it, the Cubs? They had the goat, yeah. Okay, we have a frog. you stole it. And this is what you get. We're going to continue to do this. We're going to keep winning. So, but in all seriousness, our girls are resilient. We had some humor. We had to lighten the mood. Teammate goes down, and our kids had to rally from that. That kind of, there's a spot in your heart for your teammates, but there's also that toughness of our kids to continue to play and keep playing and make a play. We didn't call timeout at the end. We just let our kids play. We have seniors on the court. We got juniors on the court. And I think those were the only kids that touched the ball. I think it went from a junior to a senior for the buzzer beater. And we just let our kids play. They were trying to foul. We tried to foul before, and everyone missed that. The refs missed about 1 million calls, and so it was just destiny for us to hit that buzzer beater.
Yeah, that was sweet, and I mean there wasn't much time to spare. McKenna got it away, but it was definitely in time in that one. Well, 4 straight wins now, and that's pretty important now as we head down the stretch. And when you look at the seeding as well for the postseason.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the state's had that set for about 2 weeks because they've got that all divvied up based on who they've already talked to. And, there's some play, with how you've done recently, but there's also, good old boys who's going where that's already kind of been decided. They got to put people certain places. We'll somehow end up with Cherokee. That's just preseason coin flip. It's picked. But, some of this stuff, the way we've been playing, we've earned ourselves another home game that we won't get. We'll end up somewhere on the road. So we're just going to keep playing basketball, keep winning. A couple years ago, we went over to Southeast Valley, who had won 15 games. I think we were a 9-win team, and we just beat them without an all-conference player to show where we belong. So we're going to keep playing basketball. We can't control any of that, and that's what we tell the kids. It was like tonight. We couldn't control the way the game was being officiated. We couldn't control the way that the ball wasn't falling. We just play basketball, and that's what we're going to do. We got St. Albert Friday night. That's what we can control. Yep. We're going to just adapt to overcome, play basketball, and our kids are playing hard. We won ugly. We won beautiful the other night at Clark. We won really well against Harlan, and you got to learn to win ugly on the road. That's what you got to do. And tonight we got to work out some things and see some new things, and that's what basketball is all about, win all the different ways.
Talk about St. Albert, league leading, at least as of now in this broadcast tonight. To talk about facing the Saints, you're an opportunity here for your ball club.
Yeah, and that's what we said in the locker room is don't be afraid of anything. It doesn't matter what number's next to their name. It doesn't matter how they've been playing. All that matters is what we do. Go out and play basketball. Last time we played was a long time ago. They've gelled a little bit more as a team. Lexi Pierce is shooting lights out right now, I think, in the last 2 games. Last time I saw stats, she had hit like 11 or 13 threes, so maybe even 14, because she hit 9 against Red Oak. She hit 5 the next game. Just back-to-back games, she had hit 14. So she was lights out. But they played Pender over the weekend out of Omaha, and they're just unreal. So that game doesn't really count a whole lot. I mean, we can go play Johnson and not get much out of that. So, but they're a good basketball team, and Ava Underwood's a good player. Rutledge has started to fit into their system a little bit better, and they'd had some players hurt and some players gone. So we just got to be ready for their pressure and continue to get ready to play good basketball and clean a lot up from tonight.
49-45, if I can recall, way back when I think was the first time around, you were right in there.
Yeah, absolutely, and that should tell us, we can play with them. But, going to their place, we talk about it every time. It's one of those places you have to learn to win ugly, and that's why tonight's one of those good games where it doesn't matter what happened last time. When you go to St. Albert, it's never going to be pretty. It's going to be a slugfest. They muddy the game up down there. You got to make shots. You got to win in a hostile environment. Despite the fact that they're a Christian school, there's not much Christian when you go down there. It's going to be a back fight. So you got to be ready to go.
Very good. Coach, thanks a bunch. Congrats on the victory, 4 straight. Best of luck on Friday.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You bet. Dan Vargas and joining us here on our halftime show, brought to you by Olson's Fuel Supply, your home for the great Godfather's Pizza.
Your home, farm, or business. Looking for the place to party in Atlantic? It's the Super Bowl, your party headquarters for birthdays, family outings, date nights, and more. Feeling competitive? Challenge your crew to a few games and see who's king of the lanes. Don't miss Glow Bowling every Friday and Saturday night. Lights, music, and nonstop fun. Ready to roll? Call Dan at 243-4656 to book your lanes today. The Super Bowl in Atlantic, where
we've got another good one here as well. Atlantic girls winning on that buzzer beater by McKenna Schrader. And in this one here, it's 32-30 in favor of the Panthers here at the end of the first half of play. And another wild one here. Atlantic won the first time around 60-52. And Creston hanging right in here in the second game. Let's take a look at the scoring here Creston led 14-11 after the first quarter of play, and they score 18 points here in the second stanza. Atlantic comes out with a pretty good second quarter as well. They scored 19 points here in this second quarter, 32-30. Gavin McLaren leads Atlantic with 11 points in the ballgame, averaging 13 coming in. Ben McLaren with 2, Cale Jensen with 3. Shelton Malia off the bench. The 6'4 senior has 5 points. Sawyer Terrell with 5 points. He's got a big 3-point shot. Hudson McLaren with 3. And Gage Gross is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And for the Panthers, we'll just go top to bottom. Red Driscoll averaging 17 a game with 5 in the first half. Cale Barton was the top scorer. He has 12. C.T. Stalker with 4. Jackson Johnson with 2. Nathan Carroll with 3. And Tanner Ray with 6 points. He had that layup at the end of the second quarter. Well, we're getting close to starting the second half. We'll take a timeout. We're back in 30 seconds.
SWITA is your public transit provider in Southwest Iowa. Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. Call 1-800-842-8065 or visit SWITA.com to schedule your ride.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Creston. We go to the second half. 32-30, Panthers on top, and they have the ball on the Save Pro scoreboard. Nathan Carroll, left wing to Driscoll, down into Carroll, and they give it a go down the lane. Back out top to Barton. He'll line up a 3, missed the shot, aired it out. Atlantic gets the ball back here early third quarter. Cale Barton had 2 threes in the first half. He had 12 points to lead the Panthers. Atlantic with the ball. Hudson McLaren will walk it across the half-court line in methodical fashion. Coach is down by a pair. Then McLaren with it. High and left to Terrell. Back out top to Hudson off the screen. Dribbles right. Pulls up to Gab McLaren. Gavin, he'll take it down inside. He's got 3 fouls. Puts it up and in. Well, Gab McLaren's had a good game. Atlantic ties it 32-32. And he's got 3 fouls, so he's got to be careful. Stalker with the top of the circle for the Panthers out to Barton. Here's the right baseline to Nathan Carroll. He'll drive in. Cut off now left side, Cale Barton. He'll launch up a 3. No good. Gab McLaren snags the board for Atlantic. Clears it out to Hudson. Here come the Trojans. Baseline, Cale Jensen driving the line. Layup up and no good. Rebound knocked loose, and Barton comes up with it. He'll weave his way to the front. High and right, guarded by Terrell. Kick out to Carroll. Nathan Carroll driving, lays it up, no good. And the rebound, Tanner Ray. Creston resets out top the Red Driscoll. Guarded by Hudson McLaren. Driscoll takes it inside the block, spinning. Jump stop, layup good. 34-32 Panthers. Ben McLaren out top. Gavin, he'll fire the 3. Good! Gab McLaren puts Atlantic up 35-34. What a job by Gab McLaren. He has 16, averaging 13. Panthers in the top, down by 1. Pass left baseline, Carroll on the drive. Inside, short Jay Barton, good. He was wide open, or Stalker rather, excuse me. 6 for Stalker, 36-35 Creston. Atlantic in the front court, the Save Pro scoreboard, down by 1. Gavin, a set shot, 3, and he rips it out. Round and it went, and it came out. Pass head to Ray. Down inside to Stalker. We had contact. 5:45 to go in the third. Ball went out of bounds. Creston will throw it in. Nathan Carroll will toss it in. They'll go 4 across the top. And here's a throw in by Carroll. Wide open. Driscoll layup good. Driscoll puts the Panthers up 38-35, excuse me. Atlantic in the front. Hudson McLaren driving. Layup up. Good. Hudson with 5. 38-37 to Creston. And we've got a whistle. Turnover Panthers. Atlantic gets the ball back with 5:43 to go in the third quarter. Down by 1 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. 38-37. Hudson will walk it across. Panthers come out in a zone, a 1-2-2 zone. Terrell out top to Hudson McLaren. He'll wing it back out top to Terrell. Terrell now inside to Gab McLaren. He's in traffic, lobs one up. Good! Boy, I don't know how he got that away, but he puts Atlantic up 39-38. Trojans on defense now with Stalker. Back high and right. Barton for 3. Missed the shot. Rebound Gavin McLaren. Boy, he's having a game. Gavin driving inside. He's got to be careful. Layup, no. Rebound Jensen. Put back his. God! Jensen with the 2 for Atlantic. 41-38 Atlantic by 3 in the Seed Pros scoreboard. Under 5 to go in the third quarter. Red Driscoll high and left for Creston. Back high and right to Tanner Ray. Ray on the dribbled angles left. Baseline. Nathan Carroll. Carroll beyond the arc. Back out to CT Stalker. 13 the shot clock. Now to 12. Barton top of the key at 9. Baseline Carroll driving. 6 at Ray. Throws it up at 5 on the shot clock. No long rebound to Bent McLaren. Benny gets it out top to Hudson McLaren. Atlantic with the lead of the ball. 4:20 to go. Third quarter. 41-38 Trojans. Pass right baseline to Jensen. Jensen looks to drive. Cut off. Out top to Hudson McLaren. Hudson. Terrell. Baseline. Jensen launches up a 3. No good. Rebound Gab McLaren. He hits the deck. Hudson comes up with it. Baseline Hudson McLaren. Trojan get an offensive board. Bent McLaren at the top. Benny on the drive. Layup up and it is no good. A foul called on Creston. Nice job by the freshman attacking the rim, and Benny will go to the free throw line for Atlantic. There's 2 points here in the ball game. He'll shoot a pair. Atlantic at 41-38 of the Seed Pros scoreboard with 3:53 to go third quarter. Free throw is good. 3 points for Benny McLaren, averaging 5.82, but he's had 2 big games, back-to-back double figures, 28 last Tuesday and 15 on Thursday. Second free throw is good. Boy, very poised for a youngster. 43-38 Atlantic with the advantage on those 2 free throws by McLaren. Creston ball in the front court, down by 5. Tanner Ray over to Red Driscoll. 3:40 to go in the third. Driscoll driving, and he loses the handle. Atlantic saves it. Trojans basketball. 3:36 to play, third quarter. Driscoll just lost control down the lane. Atlantic will have it. Hudson McLaren across the timeline. High left to Gavin McLaren. Gavin driving, and he runs out of bounds. Turnover Trojans. I think he was looking for contact, but they just separated. They're getting out of his way. And then he lost his balance. Turnover goes to Creston. Red Driscoll walking across for the Panthers. 3:20 to play, third quarter. Atlantic by 5. High and right in the ball game now is Jondal. Out to Tanner Ray, top of the circle on the dribble right. Back to Jondal for 3. No good. Rebound, Gavin McLaren. Pass ahead to Sawyer Terrell. Coast to coast layup. Good. Boy, the Trojans open things up now. 45-38. Great transition play. And we're back in a minute.
Hi everyone, this is Tanner from the Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It's free and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can sign you up in store. Super easy and instant savings. You will still have the fuel saver savings on gas. We're the only store in town committed to giving you the cheapest gas. So when you choose Atlantic Hy-Vee, you're not just shopping, you're experiencing service, quality, savings, and purpose. And as always, thank you for choosing Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Why is the oxygen tank empty again?
Empty? That's impossible. I just filled it.
You didn't leave the valve open, did ya? How many times do I gotta say it? Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty.
Amy Jo, this isn't rocket science, it's farm science.
Let me guess, acetylenine's empty too. Yep, knew it. Funny how the tanks are empty, but someone around here is still full of hot air.
What'd you say?
I said Atlantic Agonado, your locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts store, has welding supplies. Save the lecture, skip the arguing, and just call 712-254-73.
Go back to Creston. Panthers now with the ball. They're down by 7, 45-38. Trojans on a run here in the third quarter. Driscoll top of the circle to Tanner Ray, left wing. Ray on the dribble up top. Bounce pass. Jondal, the 6'2 senior on the drive. Stolen away by Terrell. Trojans get the ball. Terrell with the pick to Cale Jensen. Right corner. Out top to Hudson McLaren. And he's fouled by Tanner Ray. That's 2 on Creston here in the third quarter. Trojan will throw it in at 45-38 to the Save Pro scoreboard. It was 32-30 Creston. And Atlantic with 15 points this third quarter, outscoring the Panthers 15-6 here. With 2.5 to go in the third. Pass in baseline to Cale Jensen. Back out to Hudson McLaren. Back to Jensen, right corner. Jensen on the baseline drive. Wide open, Benny McLaren. He'll drive baseline. Kick out top Terrell. Terrell to Malia. Malia to the rack. Down to Ben McLaren from three-point range. No for the baseline. McLaren gets the rebound. And we've got a foul called on the Panthers. I believe it's going to be on Lane. Barrett Lane as McLaren drove that left baseline. And Atlantic will toss it in. It was a on-the-floor foul. Gross is in. Hudson McLaren gets a break for the Trojans. Terrell will trigger it in. 2:14 to go. 3 fouls on Creston here in the third. Terrell, baseline, Gross. Gross will take it back out to Moya. Moya down the paint and threw it away. Moya should have probably just finished it. He could have finished it. But he still has selfish pass to the left side. Panthers will have it on the turnover. Near the 2-minute mark to go on the third. Atlantic up by 7 to 45-38. The Save Pro scoreboard. They'll pass it high and right. Jondal, baseline, Carroll. Out top to Stalker. He'll take it to the rim. Stops off the glass. Good. Stalker with the bucket. He has 8. 45-40. Atlantic with a 5-point lead in the wall. Gross, left corner. McLaren, Benny driving. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound. Ripped down by Barrett Lane. Kick out to Carroll. 1:30 to go in the third. Carroll out top. Driving Lane. Shot. Good. Lane with the bucket. And here comes the time. Panthers 45-42. Creston within 3. Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken wants a timeout. We'll take it with him. We're back in a minute.
At Greg Young, we don't just sell vehicles, we help you find the perfect one. Our extensive dealership network allows for amazing pricing and better vehicle selection. Plus, get a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with a new or used vehicle purchase, oil changes, tire rotations, and peace of mind on us. That's how Greg Young celebrates 25 years. Visit GregYoungAtlantic.com today.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Limits apply. See dealer for details.
You wouldn't put just anything in your engine. At Olson's BP, we provide BP superior fuels to keep your car running at its best. But what about the driver? Olson's BP is your keep-you-going store, and we've got the high-quality fuel you need at Godfather's Pizza Express. This January, we're helping you go further for less. Buy any large pizza and get half off any side. Pair that with thick crust pizza with wings or cheese sticks and save big. Stop by Olson's BP for superior fuels and Godfather's Pizza, a pizza you can't refuse.
7373.
Bet your sweet acetylene gas, I'll leave the total seat up too.
45-42, the Panthers within 3 as Coach Franken calls a timeout. 1:24 to go in this third quarter. Trojans with the basketball. Gross to Terrell across the timeline. Back to Gross. Now right side of Corbin Ritter. Terrell left wing. And to Gross. We've got a player control foul called on Cale Jensen, I believe. It is on Jensen. An offensive foul. And so Creston will have the ball. That's just 2 on Jensen, 1 on Atlantic in the third quarter. The first on the Trojans. And Creston will throw it in. Down 45-42. Atlantic had a good-sized lead, 45-38. They'll work at a Stalker on the left wing. To Shearer. Shearer off the bench. He'll wing it to Jondal, left baseline. Free ball is good. Jondal ties it. 5 for Jondal off the bench. We're tied at 45. Atlantic in the front court. Gross pass ahead to Terrell. Terrell to Molia baseline. He'll kick it and throw it away. We got a travel call to Atlantic. Turnover Trojans. Creston's ball. So throw it in will be Stalker, and Carroll will bring it. Hudson McLaren will jump back in for the Trojans. And we'll see. Yep, he's going to take Shelton out. So it's going to be Hudson McLaren, Sawyer Terrell, Corbin Ritter, along with Cale Jensen and Gage Gross for Atlantic. Carroll will bring it up for Creston. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 45-45 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Carroll high and left. Jondal baseline. Looks to Shearer, now goes to Barton. Now to CT Stalker at the elbow, back out top. Jondal left wing. Off the screen, dribbles to the top. Give it a go back inside. The ball is loose and a steal by Terrell. Out to Gross. Gross to Cale Jensen. Back out to Gross at the top. Down to Jensen again. Layup, no, foul cold. I believe it's on Lane. It'll be 2 shots for Sawyer Terrell with 8.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. And that's going to be on Stalker. That's 4 for him. They'll have to come out for Coach Schaefer. Cale Jensen's first of 2 off the front iron, no good. Jensen 1 for 2 for the line. He has 5 points for Atlantic, 45-45. Jensen's second free throw coming up, and it is good. Jensen with 4 points. Here comes Carroll the other end. Baseline, Jondal for 3, too strong. Rebound comes off to Brower for Atlantic, who just stepped in. Atlantic up 46-45 on the Seed Pro scoreboard as we are through 3 quarters of play. We'll take a break, and we're back right after these.
At Oak Point Wealth Management, we're embracing new changes to better serve you. As an independent wealth manager, I'm excited to partner with LPL Financial, bringing you comprehensive tools and resources backed by personalized service and dynamic technology. My focus remains on helping you achieve your financial goals with integrity and care. Visit oakpointwealth.com or call me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521 to learn more.
Visit oakpointwealth.com. Call 712-207-3521 to learn more about how Oak Point Wealth Management can help you pursue your financial goals.
Looking for a reputable carpenter you can trust? Call Matt Benning with Benning Carpentry. Matt and his crew, based out of Atlantic, bring you top quality craftsmanship backed by over 30 years of experience. From remodels to custom builds, they do it all with precision and professionalism. Call 515-490-6966 today. That's 515-490-6966. Benning Carpentry, where experience meets excellence.
We start the fourth quarter. Atlantic up 46-45 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. McLaren with it for Atlantic. Top of the circle to Terrell. Terrell back to Hudson McLaren. Right baseline to Bennett McLaren. Inside to Gavin McLaren. Dribbles down inside. Layup good. Gavin McLaren with 20 points for the Trojans. Atlantic up 48-45. Panthers basketball. Score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Carroll with it on the right wing. And Russell travel called on Carroll. That was great defense on Benny McLaren. He was all over Carroll. He had nowhere to go. Ended up walking with it. And Atlanta gets the ball on the turnover up by 3, 48-45. Early fourth quarter. Hudson McLaren will bring it across the half-court line for Atlanta, guarded by Jondal. Back high left to Terrell, back out tops of Hudson McLaren. Between the rings, 1-2-2 zone defense, and Terrell threw it into Gavin, kicked by Creston. Atlanta keeps the ball. 48-45, Atlantic on top. Panthers scored 8, 11, 13 in that third quarter. Benny McLaren with it. Baseline wide open. Jensen didn't take it. Back to freshman McLaren. High and right to Hudson McLaren. He'll kick it out to Terrell. Terrell baseline drive cut off. Nice job of the defense and a steal by Driscoll. Red Driscoll with the steal. He's playing with some foul trouble here in the ball game, so he's been sitting most of that third quarter. He'll loop it out to Jondal. Baseline to Carroll. Carroll guarded by Sawyer. Terrell kick out top. Shearer. Jondal high and left. Baseline. Nathan Carroll driving in the block. Stops and pops from front of the bucket. No good. Rebound, Gavin McLaren. What a game for Gavin. He has 20. Ben McLaren driving in. The ball goes out of bounds right between Creston's legs. And the officials don't know. They're going to give it to Atlantic. 6:28 to go in the fourth quarter. The under official was checking the out official. He was slow to give the signal. Atlantic might got a break there. Here's Ben McLaren, and we got a whistle. And now it's going the other way. I'm not sure. It's going to be on Gavin McLaren. That's his fourth. He has 20 points. Well, Panthers have it. They'll bring it to the front. Out top, Carroll. Barton and Ray will check in next dead ball. Shearer high and left for Creston. High post to Jondal. He'll work at the top of the circle against Benton McLaren. To Carroll. And now we've got a whistle, and we got a foul called on Benny McLaren on Jondal away from the ball. So Barton and Ray will come in. And Shearer and Barrett Lane will come out for Creston. Panthers throw it in from left side of the basket with 6:11 to play. Atlantic up 48-45. To the Seed Pro scoreboard. Throw in. Now top to Rhett Driscoll. Driscoll on the drive, and he walked with it. Oh, they're going to call a foul in Atlantic. And Driscoll made the basket and won. So the Panthers can tie it up here on that, 48-47. And Driscoll will shoot the and one. It's in the air and it's short. Rebound Terrell. Trojans keep the lead, 48-47. Pass to Jensen, high and left. Under 6 to play. Jensen into Gavin McLaren, throws it away. Rhett Driscoll with a steal for the Panthers. He'll take it down inside, and the shot, no, and we've got a blocking foul on Hudson McLaren. And that'll probably put Driscoll back in the line for 2. 5:51 to go. Rhett Driscoll at the free throw line. He has 2, 4, 5, 9, 11 points. He's averaging 17. And he'll shoot free throws. He's a 75% free throw shooter. He came in at 24 of 32 on the year. So Driscoll will get set to shoot a pair. Atlantic with a 48-47 1-point lead with 5:51 to play. And Red Driscoll at the line. Eyes the rim, lifts it up, and it is good. We're tied. (48-48). Driscoll's second free throw for the lead. And in flight, and it is good. Creston takes the lead. 49-48, Panthers by 1. And Driscoll's 2 free throws. Here come the Trojans at the other end, and the steal by Driscoll. 3-on-1. Down low to Jondal, layup good. 51-48 Panthers. Jondal with the 2, and Coach Franken wants to call a timeout. And we'll take it with them. Panthers up 51-48. 5:38 to play. We're back in 1 minute.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
First Winnie Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Panthers up 51-48 on a run here. Terrell will throw it into Hudson McLaren. A full court press put on by the Panthers. Back to Terrell. To Benny McLaren across the timeline. He'll set up on the right wing. Back out top to Terrell. Molia back in now right wing. Left side Hudson McLaren. Into Gav McLaren. He's going to kick it back out to Hudson. Hudson driving in, attacks the rim. Layup up, no good. A foul goal. They're going to call a foul on Hudson McLaren. There was contact down the lane. 5:18 to go, 51-48. Blocking foul called to Hudson McLaren. And the throw in by Carroll. Atlantic drops back in a half-court defense. Now get it into Red Driscoll. Driscoll across the half-court line. Atlantic will pick him up with Hudson McLaren at the top of the circle. Driscoll wings it right side to Barton. Barton baseline. Jondal, the lefty against Gav McLaren. He'll direct the pass back out top to Tanner Ray. Ray left wing. Carroll, 4:54 to play. Carroll on the move. 9 on the shot clock. Here's Red Driscoll. Pops a jumper for 15. No. Rebound Atlantic, Hudson McLaren. 4:46 to play. Atlantic down 51-48. Gav McLaren right corner. Skip past Terrell. Baseline triple. It is good. Oh, Sawyer Terrell with a big triple. We're tied at 51. Panthers in the front court. 4:25 to play. Right side. Carroll with it guarded by Molia. Carroll on the drive. Ball loose. Back out top. Jondal for three. Good. Jondal with a big triple. Atlantic ahead to Terrell. Baseline, Gav McLaren for three. No good. Rebound Driscoll. 54-51 Panthers. Barton high and right with it. Back out top. Red Driscoll under 4 to play. Driscoll on the drive. Left wing. Barton for three. Go. Missed the shot. Rebound McLaren. He missed everything. Air ball. Atlantic at the front. Back out top to Gavin McLaren. Right side Terrell. He'll fire a three. Good! Terrell, another triple. Back to back. We're tied at 54. Panthers in the front court. 3:25 to play. Here's Red Driscoll for three. No good. Moya rebound for Atlantic. He'll clear it out to Terrell. Atlantic can take the lead here with 3:16 left. Hudson McLaren high and right for the Trojans. Hudson skip pass over to Bennett McLaren. Now baseline to Gavin McLaren. Back out right side of Hudson. Terrell top of the circle. Back to Hudson McLaren. Open for three. He'll fire. No good. Tanner Ray rebound. We're tied at 54. Under 3 to go. Carroll drive against McLaren. Layup is good. Carroll puts the Panthers back up with the layup. 56-54 Atlantic in the front. Shot up and good. Trojans got a layup. Benny McLaren. And we're tied at 56-56. Benny McLaren with the two. He's got 6 for the Trojans. Creston with the ball. We're tied at 56, 2:26 to play. Left side Driscoll driving. Back out top. Carroll wide open. Fires a triple. It's in and out. Rebound Driscoll. Put back is no good. A foul called on Hudson McLaren. Driscoll to the line for two with 2:17 to play. And we're tied at 56-56 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. So Red Driscoll will shoot a pair. Gage Gross will come in for Atlantic. And we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be 5 on Hudson McLaren, so he'll foul out. And Gross will come in for Hudson. Also off the bench is Jackson Schaefer for Creston. In fact, Stalker's going to come in. 4 guys will come in for the Panthers with 2:17 to play. Now, Red Driscoll at the free throw line. He's 3 for 3 for the line here so far in the ball game. Red Driscoll with 13 points, averaging 17. He has 4 in this fourth quarter. Free throw on the way and good. Panthers up 57-56. Driscoll, second free throw. Coming in. John goes out. Tanner Ray. Carroll is out, along with Martin. Driscoll's second free throw is up and good. 59-56 Panthers. Or 58-56, excuse me, Panthers. Atlantic in the front. Top of the circle, Jensen to Terrell. Terrell high and right, baseline Jensen. 58-56 Panthers. Gross high and right, down inside to Ben McLaren, layup, good! We're tied at 58-58. Benny McLaren with the bucket for the Trojans. He just snuck down the line and made the bucket. Panthers to the front, 1:45 to go. Red Driscoll high and right. Back out top, they'll swing it left. Shearer with it. Guarded by Gross, but he gives him room. Out top to Driscoll, chased by Terrell. Driscoll inside the block, and he traveled with it. Driscoll with the travel, great job by Terrell. 1:33 to go. Turnover by the Panthers. 58-58, we're tied. We've got a timeout called by Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken. 1:33 left. We're back in a minute.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
At the Seed Pros, we're more than just your local Pioneer seed dealer. We're a family operation helping you grow profitable success season after season.
My daddy sold chemical, soybeans, and corn.
That's right, Nora. From corn to soybeans to chemicals, we've got trusted Pioneer genetics and local knowledge to maximize profits.
And I get to ride in the tractor.
The Seed Pros, where the next generation is already in the field. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinklin, Nick Knutson, or John Becker. We are with you from the word go.
Atlantic's basketball, 1:33 to go on the Seed Pros scoreboard. They're by your side to maximize yields. Forward go. Contact John Becker, Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinklin, Nick Knutson for all your Pioneer seed needs. Here's Gross with it for Atlantic across the half-court line. We're tied at 58-58. Gross out top to Gab McLaren. McLaren with 20 points for Atlantic to lead all scores. Gross right side. We've got a whistle, a player control foul called on Atlantic. Gage Gross. 1:17 to play, and Creston gets the ball back and a chance to take the lead. So Stalker will throw it in, and Driscoll will bring the ball across the timeline for Creston. Driscoll with 15, averaging 17, and now we've got a whistle as Creston started to bring the ball up the floor. There's a technical foul called now on Atlantic. So they called a T on Atlantic, and that's going to put Creston on the free throw line to shoot two with 1:14 to play. They called on the Atlantic bench. So Red Driscoll will shoot a pair. for the Panthers. First one's up, and it is good. 59-58. Creston by 1. Driscoll, perfect line here in this fourth quarter. Second free throw is no good. 1 point lead for the Panthers. 1:14 left. Creston's basketball on the far sideline. John comes in and Carroll, Shear, and Schaefer come out for Creston. C.T. Stalker will throw it in for the Panthers. Stalker playing with 4 fouls. He'll get out top. Now over to Carroll on the left wing. 1:11 to go, driving Carroll back to the middle. The shot up and no good. Rebound comes off to Cale Jensen. Lane missed the shot. Gross high and right. Atlantic can take the lead here. The ball punched out by the Panthers. 59 seconds left. 59-58, Creston by 1 on the Save Pro scoreboard, and Coach Franken wants to call a timeout. And we'll take it with them. We're back right after this. No one has time for...
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Welcome back to Creston. A barn burner here. 59 seconds to play. Trojans ball. 59-58. Panthers by 1. Gage Gross will trigger for the baseline. And he's going to call a timeout. Good defense by Creston. Another timeout. And we're going to keep it right here. 14-11. The Panthers led after 1 quarter play. And they led 32-30 at the halftime break. It's just been nip and tuck close throughout. Atlantic did open up a 45-38 lead in that 3rd quarter. They led by 7, and then Creston able to snug it up there to 46-45. Atlantic with that 1 point lead after 3 quarters. And we're at 59-58 here, just been back and forth. Atlantic had a 48-45 lead, and Creston tied at 48. The ebbs and flows of this game have been unbelievable. It was 51-51 at 1 point. 1 point lead now. 59 seconds to play. Atlantic will trigger for the baseline. Gross way out top to Jensen. Trojans right side of Terrell. Terrell back to Gross. No hurry here. They've got get a good shot against his zone. Gross at the top. Still 60 the shot clock. Terrell for 3 missed it. Rebound comes off to John Doe. We've got a foul called, I believe, on Atlantic with 43 seconds to go. There's no fouls on Creston here in the 4th quarter. Atlantic with at least 5, so we'll shoot free throws. And we'll get the number who the foul is on. I believe it's on Benny McLaren. That's 2 on Benny. Free throws coming up for the Panthers. John will be at the line to shoot a pair. Panthers by 1. 43 seconds to play. Jackson John with 2 threes in the second half. Missed the free throw. He has 10 points for Creston. Second free throw on the way, and he made it. 60-58. Another timeout called here by the Trojans with 43 seconds to go. Atlantic's basketball down by 2. Back right after these.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Looking for the place to party in Atlantic? It's the Super Bowl, your party headquarters for birthdays, family outings, date nights, and more. Feeling competitive? Challenge your crew to a few games and see who's king of the lanes. Don't miss Glow Bowling every Friday and Saturday night. Lights, music, and nonstop fun. Ready to roll? Call Dan at 243-4656 to book your lanes today. The Super Bowl in Atlantic, where good...
Panthers up 60-58. The Seed Pros scoreboard, and Atlantic has the basketball. Gage Groves will bring it across the half-court line. 40 seconds to go. Groves top of the circle, guarded by John Doe. Works off the screen from Gavin McLaren, drives inside, baseline Terrell. He'll fire up a three, no good. Rebound off the Panthers. Lane got the board. Timeout, Coach Schaefer with 26 seconds left and a 2-point Creston lead, a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here. Atlantic's Gavin McLaren leads all scorers with 20, and Rhett Driscoll has 16. Also for Atlantic, Sawyer Terrell with 13. He's hit some big threes in this game. He had back-to-back threes here in the fourth quarter. He has 3 threes for the game. And also for the Panthers, John Doe has 11 points. For Creston as we come out of the timeout, a 30-second timeout. John Doe back with 2, 5, 7, 10, 11. So Tanner Ray will throw it in with 26 seconds to play. Panthers have the ball in the lead, 60-58 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Tanner Ray to throw it in. He's got a man down deep. Out to Carroll. Carroll will bring it across the timeline, and a foul called on Molia. Atlantic with over 5 fouls here in the fourth quarter. Creston has no fouls in the fourth. So Nathan Carroll will shoot free throws, and Carroll has 5 points in a 3-point shot in the first quarter and 2 here in the fourth. And Carroll's free throw on the way and good. 61-58. Panthers. Nathan Carroll's second free throw to try to make it a 2-possession game. Molia fouls out for Atlantic. So we're waiting for the Trojans get sub in. Gross, Terrell in there with Jensen, Benny McLaren, and Gavin McLaren. One shot coming for Carroll. He made the first of 2. 60-58. I beg your pardon. Yeah, there we go. Free throw good. That's 61. So still a 1-possession game as Carroll makes the second free throw. 61-58, another timeout called by Atlantic now with 23 seconds to play. Atlantic has the ball, down by 3. We'll take a break, and we'll bring it back right after this.
Hi everyone, this is Tanner from the Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It's free and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can sign you up in-store. Super easy and instant savings. You will still have the fuel saver savings on gas. We're the only store in town committed to giving you the cheapest gas. So when you choose Atlantic Hy-Vee, you're not just shopping, you're experiencing service, quality, savings, and purpose. And as always, thank you for choosing Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee has 3 deals that include free items. Many people are boosting their immunity this winter. Buy one, get one free on select Nature-Made supplements. Dial hand soap, buy 2, get one free. Nature Bounties or Osteo BioFlex supplements, buy one, get one free. Find these deals in the Health, Beauty, and Supplement Department next to Atlantic's Hy-Vee Pharmacy, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Welcome back, Atlantic's basketball. 19 seconds to play. Trojan down by 3. Gross driving. Stops, and the ball is loose. Creston comes up with it. Out to Tanner Ray, and he's fouled with 9 seconds to play. 61-58 Panthers. They make a free throw here, and they're certainly in the driver's seat. As Tanner Ray will go to the line. He has 6 points here so far in the night, and Corbin Ritter will check in for Atlantic, and Sawyer Terrell fouls out. And Terrell had a nice night, 13 points for Sawyer Terrell here in the ball game. He had 3 threes. So Tanner Ray will shoot. 2 free throws. The first one is on the way and good. And Ray with the first of 2. 7 points for Ray. 62-58. Second free throw is good. 63-58. Atlantic with the ball. 7 seconds. Jensen for 3 at the top. Missed the shot. Rebound, Gab McLaren fires it 2. That's no good. Ray rebound. 63-58. Your final. Creston with a win over Atlantic tonight in the boys. The girls game won by the Trojans here at Creston. Hard-fought battle, both teams here this evening. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Our post-game show coming up, brought to you by Cass Health. Neighbors and caring for neighbors.
Why is the oxygen tank empty again?
Empty? That's impossible. I just filled it.
You didn't leave the valve open, did ya? How many times do I gotta say it? Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty.
Amy Jo, this isn't rocket science, it's farm science.
Let me guess, acetylene's empty too. Yep, knew it. Funny how the tanks are empty, but someone around here is still full of hot air.
What'd you say?
I said Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts store, has welding supplies. Save the lecture, skip the arguing, and just call 712-254-7.
Panthers win at 63-58 over the Atlantic Trojans. As we look at the scoring, first of all for Atlantic, it was Gab McLaren leading with 20 points here in the ball game. Sawyer Terrell had 13. Benny McLaren finished up with 8 for the Trojans. Gage Gross had a 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He had 1. Hudson McLaren, he fouled out of the ball game. He had 5 points. Shelton Walia off the bench had 5 for Atlantic. And Akale Jensen finished up with 4 for the Trojans. So Gab McLaren with 20 and Sawyer Terrell with 13. Atlantic hit some threes. They had 2 threes in the first half and 3 in the second half. Sawyer Terrell had 3 of the 5 3-point shots for Atlantic here tonight. Post-game show brought to you by Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors. We'll check the Panthers score sheet right after this from Cass Health.
This is Jay. You wouldn't put just anything in your engine. At Olson's BP, we provide BP superior fuels to keep your car running at its best. But what about the driver? Olson's BP is your keep-you-going store, and we've got the high-quality fuel you need at Godfather's Pizza Express. This January, we're helping you go further for less. Buy any large pizza and get half off any side. Pair that with thick crust pizza with wings or cheese sticks and save big. Stop by Olson's BP for superior fuels and Godfather's Pizza, a pizza you can't.
Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors. 63-58 Panthers as they avenge an earlier loss to Atlantic. And this would count as a conference game. Creston with the win here over the Trojans. So Creston goes now to 2-11 in the year. And they pick up a conference win here. They're 2-5 in a conference play. Atlantic falls to 4-11 and 2-5 in the conference play. Let's take a look at the scoring here for Creston, and we'll start off with Rhett Driscoll. He had 6 free throws made in that fourth quarter. He's 8 points in the fourth quarter. He had 12, 13. He had 17. That's his average for the season unofficially here for Rhett Driscoll. Cale Barton had 2 3-point shots. He had 12 points for Creston. C.T. Stalker ended up with 8 for the Panthers. And Jackson Jondal off the bench. He had a couple of the key threes in the ball game. He had 11 points unofficially here. Nathan Carroll with 7 points. He had a 3-ball in that first half. And Barrett Lane had 2. And Tanner Ray ended up with the 7 points for Creston. They win 63-58 over Atlantic here tonight. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, and we're back right after these.
At Oak Point Wealth Management, we're embracing new changes to better serve you. As an independent wealth manager, I'm excited to partner with LPL Financial, bringing you comprehensive tools and resources backed by personalized service and dynamic technology. My focus remains on helping you achieve your financial goals with integrity and care. Visit oakpointwealth.com or call me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521 to learn more.
Visit oakpointwealth.com. Call 712-207-3521 to learn more about how Oak Point Wealth Management can help you pursue your financial goals.
Looking for a reputable carpenter you can trust? Call Matt Benning with Benning Carpentry. Matt and his crew, based out of Atlantic, bring you top quality craftsmanship backed by over 30 years of experience. From remodels to custom builds, they do it all with precision and professionalism. Call 515-490-6966 today. That's 515-490-6966. Benning Carpentry, where experience meets excellence.
Gas, I'll leave the toilet seat up too.
Welcome back to Creston as you wrap things up. Quite a night of basketball as the Atlantic girls win a buzzer beater by McKenna Schrader for the Trojans, and Atlantic girls winning at the last minute there tonight. And the boys' side, it was Creston with a 63-58 win over Atlantic. We appreciate you joining us here tonight on our Western Iowa Conference TV and YouTube, and also on the radio at KS95.7 FM. Thursday night, we'll have the quad wrestling meet from Atlantic. We'll be on the air just before 5 o'clock as we'll bring you that quad wrangler wrestling meet. We'll have regional wrestling girls on Friday and the Hawkeye 10 Conference Wrestling Tournament on Saturday. For Mr. Fletcher, Tom.